1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases clear on the 1-1, a comebacker. Fires grabs that in self-defense, and he throws to first. The lob toss there. 1-3 on the out. With 2 down, Abreu bats with the bases clear. Not to be made about that. And then there's something going around with making sure the footballs are warm when you take them out into cold weather. That's the new thing out there also.
Well, I don't blame them.
Minnesota Vikings were actually warming the footballs before they were put in play.
Okay.
They're not supposed to do that either.
No, come on.
I'm telling you.
Who wants to throw or catch a cold football?
I don't. Not when it's 12 degrees out or 30 degrees.
That's unfair.
There's Abreu on the year, 289. 3 for 5 with a couple of runs batted in last night, and that one's in there for strike 1. 2 outs, bases clear, no score. Just getting started. First inning at Miller Park in Milwaukee. Glad to have you aboard, friends. White Sox trying to add a win on the road, and that is unusual. They're 2-12 on the road this season. At home, a different story. 10-5 at US Cellular. The 0-1 to Abreu, that's high. A ball and a strike on the Rookie of the Year from a year ago.
One thing about Fiers this season, he's basically been a 5-inning pitcher, and his pitch count gets high. I mean, he gets to the 90 mark in the 4th and 5th innings like it's no big deal. 1
ball, 1 strike. He stands 6'2", 198 pounds, makes his home in Pompano Beach, Florida. The 1-1, Jose. That's a strike at the knees, 1-2. That is Clint Fagan calling balls and strikes.
Do you see a little long arm action, kind of like Jim Palmer?
Yeah, a little bit like that. Not the high leg kick, Palmer, but not that far away with the tilt going back towards second with his delivery coming home. The 1-2 to Abreu. That's the backstop in the air. That would, if there was someone on, that would redefine wild pitch.
You know, it's very unique. You're describing that tilt. His left shoulder on the right-handed pitcher goes up skyward. So that is. I just visualize a picture of Jim Palmer when he was pitching. He'd have that hand.
Yeah, the hand goes way up. Palmer points the glove, or did, to the sky, and then comes straight over the top. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Foul back, and as one of the writers for the Boston, or I should say for the Baltimore Sun, wrote, he said Jim Palmer has a willowy type delivery. I think he was talking about the height of a willow, and then. But yeah.
Any way to describe it?
They threw the curveball from there, threw the fastball from there. I don't think Jimmy had a slider. I don't think he did. Another 2-2 pitch from Fiers. Here it is. A swinging a high fly ball, right side, not a play.
Well, it really comes down to a simple thing about pitching. That's, throwing off the timing of the hitter.
Yeah.
And this delivery seems to be able to do that right now. But when you look at it overall, 37 hits allowed, 29 innings coming in. Is deceptive only for a while.
And you may see him the second time around. That ball usually is straight when it comes to you. The 2-2 in, 3 balls, 2 strikes. You know yourself, straight over the top. Usually you don't get good movement. It's one of those 4-seamers that it gives you the batter the illusion it might be rising in the strike zone.
Yeah, I think the thing is it's hard to lay off of high fastballs from guys like this.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and the 3-2 to Abreu fouled off. That was a cutter or a slider.
Yeah, I believe that was exactly. It was a slider at 84 miles an hour on the Xfinity Speed Gun. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports.
Today is the birthday of one Yogi Berra. And also Gene DeCosta, who was at Wilson for a number of years. He's with Scott Paulson tonight at Wrigley, as they are both with Wilson. Happy birthday to Gene and also Yogi Berra.
Yes.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, and another 3-2 to Abreu. A swing and a high fly ball in the left field. On comes the left fielder Davis, still coming on. Under a skip and a catch, and that's it. A 1-2-3 inning for Fiers and the Brewers after a half inning here at Miller Park. Waiting to score, and the Brewers are coming to bat here in Milwaukee.
Get your breaking White Sox news with us. Boris and Bernstein, afternoons 1 to 6 on 670 The Score.
Drive a new 2015 Ford Focus S for just $13,400. The best price within 50 miles at Roche Ford.
Plant Moran, the accounting firm making its mark on business with high client satisfaction ratings. They'll deliver audit, tax, and wealth management services with a practical and high-touch client approach. Learn more about this local firm with a national reputation at plantmoran.com. Tailgate with the White Sox Radio Network and US 99.5 before the Sox-Minnesota game Sunday, May 24th, starting at 11 a.m. on 35th and Shields. Enjoy samples, play games, and win prizes at this free tailgate featuring Master of Mixes, Loaded Bloody Mary Mix, Hudsonville Ice Cream, Rockin' Refuel Protein Milk Beverage, U.S. Bank, and O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The White Sox go down in order in their half of the first inning. Chris Sale on to face Segura, Davis, and Braun. Let's see if our pitching tonight can set them down in order. We've had some problems with that all season long.
And here's the delivery that's in there for strike one. Sale, I was talking to Jerry Augustine, who does the pre- and post-game show here on television with the Brewers. He said, what's he like? I said, well, he comes at you like a wingspan of a pterodactyl. Here's the 0-1 outside, 1-1 strike on Segura. Yesterday he was 0 for 1, a pinch batter in the 8th inning, I believe that's when it was. No score. We're in the bottom of the first here at Miller Park. Then Sales 1-1 off the end of the bat. Was that the changeup?
That was the changeup. But I saw your former teammate Jerry Augustine before the game, and he said, Ed told me that Sale comes at you like a T-Rex.
I told him a pterodactyl.
He got it wrong.
Well, that's not surprising. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled out a play to the right. That's my partner, Jerry Augustine, in the bullpen, yeah.
He said, I'm going to use it. He comes at you like a T-Rex, I think. I said, well, he's probably...
If that's the case, Sale's got real short arms.
Yes. I said,
please.
I'd say he's more like a velociraptor, if anything.
Oh, please,
he's athletic and quicker, so I don't know. Go with what you want.
1 2 strikes, no score. First inning, Milwaukee batting. Sale deals the 1-2. Breaking ball fouled off towards the on-deck circle. A fan made a play there in the first row. That was the Euchre seat, wasn't it? Okay. The first row? Well, his first row is a little different than that one. I have not talked. I talked to him yesterday, but I haven't talked to him about, being locked in his radio booth.
I did.
1-2 again. A fly ball in right center field. The play for Eaton. On a sprint, dives, can't get it. This one's going to the wall. Eaton runs to pick it up. The throw coming in. Segura heads for third. The throw there. He's safe with a triple.
With the angle that Eaton had to go after that, it was going to get past him no matter what. His only chance was to leave his feet and fly like he could, try and get a glove on it. He couldn't. He popped up as quickly as he could from that position, and that's a triple all the way. Problem we have is this. Chris Sale has been using more and more off-speed pitches.
I don't know what that pitch was, but he was on it.
Well, I think that actually was a fastball, but it wasn't his high-speed fastball where he's blowing it by somebody. But the off-speed pitches have been the ones that he's been bitten on the most this year, the changeups in particular.
Here's Davis yesterday, a mammoth home run, if you will. The pitch outside for ball one. Changed his pant length today, hasn't he?
He's got the
down on the shoe tops yesterday, yeah.
Got the short pants today.
Do you have that look? Did you deploy that look from time to time?
I'd pick a moment. Team-wise, we were going with that look, yes.
1 ball, no strikes, runner at third, no score. There's a swing and a miss, whatever that was. He couldn't get it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's another fastball. 2 straight fastballs at 95.
It is Chris Davis, with Chris spelled Khriss. Check that, only 1 S at the bottom. Yeah. Here's the 1-1 to Davis. High, 2 balls and a strike, 3 heaters in a row. Flowers is catching Chris Sale, and we'll play back on the infield, give up the run, although I think you may get a shot to third. Gillespie may come home with it. Segura at third, leadoff triple for the Brewers, no score. And the 2-1 to Davis, high pop right side out of play. I don't think he knew where that baseball was. He started running and looking to right center field, and the ball was over the Brewers' dugout along the first baseline.
You know what that tells you? He had his head down on the ball.
He had it down last night, didn't he?
Oh, wow.
When they say back-legging one, he did.
And that was a sweeping breaking ball. It was a little bit flat from Zach Duke, but on the inner part of the plate, if anything, it might have been off the corner end.
Sale with the 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? Was it a strike is my question. It looked pretty good. Call the ball, 3-2.
Must have been low, if anything, but from where we're standing, tough to tell. See a replay here, and indeed, low pitch.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And Sale from the set, the 3-2 to Davis, struck him out swinging. He heated him up on the inside corner.
Well, he's got to get back to showing that fastball a lot more often than he has been in his tough outings.
No, certainly not alibiing for him, but as we mentioned earlier, broken foot in spring training. Didn't do a lot early, although he was doing work, certainly with the trainer, Herm Schneider, behind the scenes. I just don't know. I haven't gone through a glossary of innings that he pitched in spring training, but I don't think it was a lot of innings either. And then when you rehab and get him ready for this season, I just don't know how much the variance of speed was when he went on that rehab assignment.
I just know talking to him during that time and after, he never indicated there was a problem. He said, I'm good, man. Everything's been fine.
Here's Braun on the pitch, swung and a miss, strike one. He was laying in the weeds for a fastball and got a breaking ball, 0-1.
Well, there's your pitch of choice.
Yes.
You have to go ahead and throw a pitch with some tilt on it, not just your predictable changeup, because it has become predictable. They're looking for 2 pitches from Chris, his fastball and changeup. And there's a good difference in speed, but if they pick one and they guess right, you're going to have problems.
This is Ryan Braun, the right fielder. Right-handed batter. Segura at third with 1 out in the 0-1 in. Flowers bluffed the throw to third base with no one covering. Segura was only about 4 feet away from third base.
If you had a choice and you knew there was a high percentage that Chris Sale's going to throw you a changeup or a high percentage he's going to throw the fastball, which one would you choose to sit on?
I'm going to choose that changeup.
It's 86 miles an hour, and it's a lot easier to hit than a 95, 97 mile an hour fastball he throws. I would, too.
1 ball, 1 strike, the 1-1 to Braun. A swinging a bouncing ball to first. Backhanded by Abreu. The throw to Sale. He's over there. That gets a run home. 1-0 Brewers on the 3-1 out at first base.
What a great job, though. Chris Sale over there covering well in time, giving a good target to Abreu.
And when you say a guy doesn't try to do too much, that's all Braun was trying to do, hit the ball the right side with the infield back.
Well, that's
and a runner at third with 1 out.
Yeah, that's situational hitting. That's exactly what you're supposed to do against somebody that's as great as Chris Sale has been in his career. Get a run in the minute you get the opportunity. You got to make some contact.
White Sox did not lead in the game yesterday, and now they're behind in this one, game 2 of the 3-game series. And here's Carlos Gomez. A home run and a triple last night, and a run scored certainly on the homer. Here's a bouncing ball to third, backing up. Gillespie dropped it, picks it up, throws to first. Didn't get him. He's safe on an error by the third baseman. There's one thing that's going to have to change, I'm going to say right now. The routine plays have to be routine.
Yeah, there was nothing complicated about that. Connor did everything. He backed up, got a belt-high hop, hit him right in the middle of his glove, and he dropped it. And when you've got Gomez running down the line, you can forget about it.
He was upset that he hit it to third, but he never stopped running. I'm going to tell you that right now.
No. You're right. He was upset that he hit it there. And in his mind, though, he was going to make it a race. And because he did think that way, he beat it out.
There's Jason Rogers. He pinch batted last night 0 for 1. He came up in the 6th inning. He bats here on the first with a run home for the Brewers and a runner at first, Gomez. And checking the stolen bases for Gomez. He's tried it 3 times. He's been safe twice.
I envision him trying to run here.
Yeah, me too. He's got a huge lead. He goes. There's a pickoff play at first. Abreu throws to the shortstop, second baseman Micah Johnson. He drops the ball. He was out by 3 feet, and he dropped the ball at second base.
Well, Gomez went on first move, and he's above average in speed. He was really flying. Abreu tried to give a good angle, good throw. And I don't know. I'm going to see a replay here before I make a decision if it was knocked out by Gomez in contact or if he just dropped the ball. But the ball beat him. The tag, it was just dropped. He just dropped the ball.
We're giving him a stolen base. You can't assume that he was out,
right.
But you should assume that he could catch a throw from the first baseman.
Well, you're exactly right about that.
Rogers looks at that pitch outside low for ball 1. That was 92 miles an hour on what looked like one of his variations of his fastballs.
Well, that's one of those pitches that's been hit really hard, too. It's not his best fastball, not his best changeup. It's a batting practice speed, and for him, that doesn't work out very well.
Rogers 296 on the young season. The 1-0 off the end of the bat foul over to the on-deck area. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, that's a good changeup. 85 miles an hour. He was well out in front of it. And
Gomez has happy feet at second base also.
He always wants to run, show off his speed, especially when you have a team, let's be honest, that does not throw out potential base stealers.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. 1-0 Brewers here in the first. Gomez at second. Rogers waits in the 1-1. Swung and a miss, 1-2. I was back at 86 with something off speed.
You know, you mentioned it a second ago. The routine plays have got to be made, and I don't know, other than getting the people who can't make routine plays off the field, they're putting the work in, but if you're not getting the result, this is just undue stress put on the pitching staff.
1 ball, 2 strikes. You're absolutely right. 2 outs, and the 1-2 to Rogers high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sale should be out of this inning by 5 or 6 pitches right now, and he's thrown 20 here in the first inning with 13 in the strike zone.
I mean, and it becomes frustrating. I don't care how good of a pitcher you are. If it keeps happening to you when you're out there, you're going to start going, are you kidding me?
And I'm not talking just about the ground ball. The pickoff attempt that we had. Here's a towering pop-up on the infield. Through the lattice work of the roof, over comes Micah Johnson and put the clamps on it. He did, and that's it as Rogers ends the Brewer first with a pop to second. And they leave a run across. One hit, an error, and they leave a runner after one to the second. It's 1-0 Milwaukee.
We're Chicago's morning show. Mully and Hanley talking Chicago sports from 5 to 9 on The Score.
General RV, the nation's largest family-owned RV dealer, has the spotlight on Chicago.
Try these Greek flavors on a sandwich, a wrap, or as a Subway chopped salad.
Sounds delicious.
The new Subway Mediterranean collection won't be here long, so hurry in. Subway. Eat fresh.
Limited time only at participating restaurants.
White Sox trail 1-0 as we move to the second inning here at Miller Park. It is Garcia, Gillespie, and Ramirez to face Mike Fiers, the starter for the Brewers. This is the Menards home run hitting inning. Here's how it works. Our contestant is Carlos Ortiz from Joliet, Illinois. The White Sox hit back-to-back home runs. Carlos is going to get a Menards gift card totaling $1,000. If not, he's going to receive a gift card from Menards totaling $25. Friends, go to Menards for all your home improvement needs. Visit Menards and save big money. 0-1 the count. Garcia waiting for Fiers to deliver the one-strike pitch, and here it is. Foul back. Now it's 0-2. He's just throwing it up there, and we're swinging and fouling it off or taking it for a strike.
Yeah, that's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Again, you can't judge the radar gun. You have to now visualize as a hitter. Somebody in your mind, you say, this guy throws more like so-and-so at about 94 right, to lock in the speed.
Here's the 0-2 to Garcia, swinging a foul and a play to the right. A run for the Brewers on one hit. Their leadoff man, Segura, tripled the gap in right center. Davis struck out. Then Braun grounded out to first with the run scoring. Carlos Gomez hit a two-hopper to Gillespie at third. Couldn't find the handle, pulling the ball out of the glove. That was ruled an error. And Gomez swiped second base with some theatrics there also. There's the 0-2 to Avi. Struck him out swinging on that high fastball. He struck out Eaton to open the game in the first. Now he strikes out Garcia to open the second. He's retired 4 in a row with 2 on strikes, and here's Gillespie.
Well, it becomes a thing when you are always trailing. I mean, you don't want to get used to that.
No.
You want to get ahead in some games, and the key to getting ahead is not going down in order all the time early in games against, let's face it, a pitcher that's 1-4 with a .546 earned run average. Our hitters take a little while to get warmed up, apparently.
Well, we don't want everyone to be on their best game when they face us, because that's not how they've been pitching the whole year. We want him to become 1-5, certainly. Pitch to Connor. That's a strike call. Let's pause here 10 seconds for station identification on The Score on the Sox Radio Network.
Jason Goff here from the Spiegel and Goff Show, weekdays 9 to 1, talking White Sox and all of Chicago's teams. This is WSCR in HD Chicago, WJMK HD2 Chicago.
Alongside Darren Jackson at Farmer Miller Park in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Game 2 of the 3-game series. Brewers leading here in the second 1-0. Our engineer here is Ryan Elliott. The Score Studios downtown Chicago. Herb Lawrence, Joe Ostrowski working there. Cool temperatures outside, 54 degrees inside. It's about 11 degrees different, 65 inside the dome. Here's the 0-1. A curveball way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. You shouldn't say it's a dome more than it is just a roof that they can open and close here at Miller Park. There's about 3 or 4 sections to this roof.
It's more like a hangar.
Yeah, I think that's well put. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1-0 Milwaukee, second inning. And the 1-1. Gillespie had a notion, held the swing. 2 balls and a strike.
Faced a lot of pitchers that were similar on what their approach to pitching was, and Jim DeShays and big Dennis Rasmussen.
Yes.
These guys didn't throw real hard. 90, 91, 89.
Rasmussen fooled you, didn't he?
Well, they pitched up, and they had sneaky fastballs because of their deliveries.
2 balls, 1 strike to 2-1 to Connor. Check swing. That ball was down. Did he check in time? Yes. 3 balls and a strike. How about a walk to start a rally?
Well, we need some base runners. That's all it comes down to, and it gets to a point, again, that early in games, got to start putting pressure on an opponent by having base runners, and the Sox have done that very infrequently this season.
3 balls and a strike with 1 out, and the 3-1 swinging a fly ball left center field. They said, well, Gomez going back onto the track, a leap which really didn't have to do, and makes the catch. Hit that ball tracked well.
Yeah, but there are times when you get right to that warning track and you realize the ball becomes softer when you leap. You're not bouncing anymore, so you kind of jump, get your feet off the ground, and then you can watch it in the glove a little bit easier.
So 2 quick outs, and that's 5 in a row retired by Fiers. And here's Alexi Ramirez, the shortstop. Last night, 1 out of 4 with a run scored, 238. The averages started to rise.
See, it's the little things that, to me, lead to winning baseball. You got to shift on Connor Gillespie. They're playing back. Why not just put down a bunt and try and get something started?
Ramirez waits, and there's the pitch showing bunt, taking a strike. This is good in a way because now he's not swinging at the first pitch exclusively. He's now taking some pitches, not really worried about going down the count 0-1. Prior to the last 2 games, he was swinging at everything. Doesn't mean he's not going to swing at the 0-1. Here it is. Swung on a missed 0-2.
And a curveball at that. And that's one where Todd Stevenson, the hitting coach, is going to talk to him and go, hey, you know, if you're going to work the count, get it in your favor, might as well wait for a pitch that you really want to hit. Problem is, sometimes you're chasing a curveball because it leaves his hand and you thought it was a fastball.
Ramirez straight up stance to the right-handed batter's box, waits for the 2-strike pitch. Here it is. Curveball hit high in the air to center and certainly playable for Gomez. It goes back under it, makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning, 6 up, 6 down for Fiers and the Brewers. Halfway through the second, 1-0 Milwaukee.
The focus is always Chicago's team, so ride home with us, Boers and Bernstein, afternoons from 1 to 6 on The Score.
All right, listen up. There are lots of ways to earn a living these days, and pretty much all of them have one thing in common. They're not getting any easier. That's why Ford designed the Transit line of vans. Because no 2 jobs are ever exactly alike, Transit gives you plenty of options. With 3 different roof heights and 3 different lengths, you can customize your van to help fit your job perfectly. It doesn't matter if you're a pipe fitter in Pittsburgh or a florist in Florida. Transit is the right tool for your job. And Transit comes with available EcoBoost technology, so it does the job with power and durability. Right now is the perfect time to see for yourself what Ford Transit can do. Head into your Ford dealer between now and June 30th and get a great deal during commercial van season. To learn more about Transit, head to Ford.com. This is Ford Transit. Built Ford tough.
Now's the time to save big on Ford Transit. So hurry in for the best selection because for a limited time you can get big cash back and low APR financing, but only at your local Ford store.
With an 11% rebate on everything, Menards gives you the freedom to save on anything you choose, including sale prices. Update your home with beautiful new Geldwin patio doors and windows. Right now, all special order Geldwin windows and patio doors are on sale. Plus, save an additional 11% during our 11% sale. That's savings on top of savings. Hurry in now because Menards has an 11% rebate on everything.
Save big money at Menards.
Try new Hills Brothers single-serve coffee today with all the rich flavor and aroma you love. One single delicious cup at a time. Trust the taste. Share the tradition. Hills Brothers Coffee.
Hopefully the White Sox will be rolling with it. I think that's Lindsey Buckingham in the background.
You think?
I'm not sure.
Buckingham Palace?
No. The fountain, I think that's on now at Lakeshore Drive.
That time of year?
Grant Park. Here's Herrera, the third baseman, batting, leading off the second as the Brewers lead 1-0. Triple and a groundout got the run in. The pitch popped up foul, right side. Abreu sprinting over towards the sidewall from first, and this one's out of play for strike 1.
Hey, fans, enjoy the benefits of being a season ticket holder by purchasing a prorated 58-game or 20 or 19-game split season ticket plans. Great locations are available. Don't miss out on all the live action at U.S. Cellular Field. Ticket packages, they begin during the week of June 5th to purchase. Visit WhiteSox.com or call 312-674-1000.
0-1 high fly ball right center field. Should be a play for either Garcia or it's Eden. That's Garcia making the catch. Herrera an easy out opening the second on a fly to right. 1 up, 1 down for Martin Maldonado, the catcher. Maldonado last night had a hit. There's 1 for 3, a walk and a run scored. Yet his average struggles to get to 190. He's at 188 currently.
Well, he would not normally be their catcher. It'd be Jonathan Lucroy.
Yeah. He's on the DL, isn't he?
Yeah, broken big toe.
All-Star last year too, Lucroy?
Oh, yes.
A pitch down the middle for strike 1 on Maldonado.
As a matter of fact, I believe he hit a
2 or 3 years in a row.
A double off of Chris Sale in the All-Star game last year. Came around and scored.
1 strike on Maldonado. Infield plays him to pull on the left side, and also the right. There's a big swing. Didn't get it. 0-2 now.
Major League record he set last year. Their catcher, Lou Croy, with 53 doubles.
Wow.
Most ever by a catcher.
2 strikes on Maldonado, and Martin in that right-handed batter's box. Slightly open stance. Sale sidestep kick. The 2-strike pitch way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The surface here natural, and they had the roof open for a while today, I guess early in the morning, but not in the afternoon when I got here. And certainly I was expecting it to be closed the way the weather was. The 1-2 struck him out swinging. So Sale says goodbye to Martin Maldonado, and he'll deal with Hector Gomez, the second baseman.
Yeah, I had the family here in town, and I've taken them to the zoo here, Milwaukee County Zoo, and drove by the stadium.
They say it's all happening there, is it?
Oh, it was a happening place. There's no doubt. But yeah, the stadium was wide open, getting sunshine in there.
Helps the grass grow the morning sun. That's what I've heard from the groundskeeping. And then they closed it up, thank goodness, because the wind. That one's in there for a strike to Hector Gomez. Right-handed batter, Sale the lefty, deals the 0-1. High pop right side out of play, 0-2. If you're going to get Sale, they say good pitchers, you got to get them early. Well, they've got 1 run off them, and that's all I hope they get.
Well, there's nobody ever going to disagree with that, and that's what we used to say as hitters. Hey, get this guy early and get him often, because once he settles in, we're going to have problems.
2 strikes, 2 down, and the 0-2. Swung on a mez strike, 3 ball, gets away from Flowers, picks it up. 2-3 on the strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts. Sale has 3. He works a 1-2-3 second. He's retired the last 4 to the third. 1-0 Milwaukee.
We focused on Chicago's team.
7 on the year with a home run and 6 runs batted in. Byers has retired all 6 that he has faced thus far. On the pitch, a slurve ball. That's a little high, I guess. Ball 1. Time to take a look around Major League Baseball. That is brought to you by Hills Brothers Coffee. Trust the taste, share the tradition. Pirates 3, Phillies nothing in the city of brotherly love. Pirates batting top of 6 there in Philadelphia. The 1-0. Down and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Braves and Reds get together in Cincinnati. Bottom of 5, Reds batting. They trail Atlanta 3-2. Mets and Cubs at Wrigley. They're in the 3rd inning. No score. Top of 3 there with the Mets batting. Here it's 1-0 Brewers in the 3rd. And the 2-0 pitch to Flowers. A swing and a fly ball to left. A bad break by the left fielder. Went back. Now he comes running in as Davis covered his steps and made the play.
Yeah, pretty tough backdrop right now, Ed. Take a look at this lattice glass work up here. I mean, anything
with the sun coming through.
Anything that gets up above the seats on the left fielder, good luck.
You know, as good as it is now, this ballpark with the roof certainly closed at 54 degrees with wind outside. In the summertime, with this type of a sun and an afternoon game or a early evening game, starting at like 6:20 on Mondays, this is one beautiful showplace for baseball. Here's Micah Johnson taking a pitch high for ball 1. Micah on the year, check that, 264. No homers, 2 runs batted in. Sale is next without a batting average. And he is in the on-deck area. 1 ball, no strikes. And that's down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. He has a no-hitter going this Fires.
He's got a no-nothing going.
Yeah, he's got a perfecto. He's retired all 7. The 7th out was on the fly to the number 7 defensive player, the left fielder, the 2-0. Close didn't get it. 3 balls, no strikes. So if Johnson walks, Sale will be bunting. If he's not, there will be certainly some questions asked by his manager, number 1. 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the 3-0. That's in there, 3-1. That's almost automatic, but that there also was a strike.
You used to always feel back in the day when umpires had a little leeway with the strike zone, more so than now.
Yeah.
Anything close 3-0, it's a strike.
3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-1 to Johnson. Check swing, swung at ball 4, fouled it back, 3-2 now.
Yeah,
that ball was elevated out of the zone.
I agree. And half-hearted effort by Johnson, and next thing you know, he's going to have to probably hit his way on now.
Yeah, when they go 3-0 and they come back to get to 3-2, usually you don't get a hit or you get on. Maybe we can break that string here with a 3-2 pitch. Here it is. A liner foul on a play to the left. That whistled into the crowd just past the Sox dugout along the 3rd baseline.
This becomes a bit frustrating for the hitting coach, where you see your team go down in order so often. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets to a point.
It's like a chorus line, isn't it?
Yeah, you just need to figure out a way to get these guys to just reach base.
Another 3-2 pitch to Johnson. Strike 3 called. He's out on strikes. Fires has a strikeout in each of the first 3 innings now with that punch out of Johnson. And here's Sale.
Yeah, I'm looking at a replay. Mike thinking that pitch was down and away. I mean, it's just about a perfect pitch you can make, right at the knees, just barely nicking the corner, down and away.
So Fires has retired all 8, and he deals with Sale. Wouldn't this be nice if he got a single? Pitch to Chris. Belt high strike, 0-1.
A bit taller strike zone now compared to Johnson.
Remember this, Sale will face the pitcher leading off in the Brewers' third, so what he throws him, Sale may take advantage of it, and maybe not. There's one down the middle, 0-2 now. But I always thought this, if he threw me a breaking ball, he was going to get the same magic when he got out there to hit. 0-2 the count, 2 outs, 1-0 Milwaukee, 3rd inning here at Miller Park. Sidestep kick and the 2-strike pitch to Chris. Struck him out swinging on a high fastball, back-to-back strikeouts. He's got 4 of them, does Fires. And he's retired all 9 to the bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 Brewers.
Molly and Hanley, mornings 5 to 9. Get White Sox baseball talk on your way.
For the Brewers here in their half of the 3rd as they lead 1-0. It's not like they're scolding the ball. They have 1 hit. White Sox don't have a base runner. The Sox have the game's lone error. It's a pitcher's spot. Mike Fires to lead it off, facing Chris Sale. Sale leads in height in this matchup right now and also velocity in their strike 1.
Well, right there.
Fires is 0 for 9 on the season, incidentally.
He just threw a little get me over 91 mile an hour batting practice speed fastball.
Right-handed pitcher. He looks bigger than 6'2". The 0-1 to Fires popped up foul and out of play. That in itself right there for a pitcher, that's like a hit almost. That's like, oh, you take great, just not regular pleasure. You take great pleasure in fouling one of those up.
Throw him a breaking ball down and in.
It's going to get one. The 0-2 breaking ball. I don't know where it was.
You got
pretty good from here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Usually, when you said, they'll give you a strike on 3-0. Usually when the pitcher's up, he gets all strikes. There's one rolled to the mound. Sale off the mound has it. Flips underhand to first to get Fires. He threw him a changeup.
Yes, he did.
1-3 on the out. To the top of the order we go with Gene Segura, the shortstop. 1 for 1, a triple and a run scored. The only run of the game in the 1st inning. Right-handed batter, Sale the lefty. Takes a deep breath. Now he deals. They play up at 1st and 3rd on the corners, and that one's on the inside corner for strike 1. Hitters try and buy that. They know it's a strike, but when it's on the inside corner to them, they jump back and almost tell the umpire that was in. The 0-1 swinging a fly ball left center field. Play for Melky Cabrera. Wandering towards the track in left center puts that one away. And with 2 down, base is clear. There's Chris Davis, the left fielder.
If you're a college student or a recent grad determined to build a strong career in the sports industry, then you won't want to miss the White Sox Career Fair on Friday, May 22nd. Get to network with representatives from top sports organizations and stay to watch the game. Admission includes both the fair ticket and the game ticket. Visit whitesox.com/job.
Davis will lay in the weeds on the first pitch, maybe swinging. He took that one for strike 1. He was looking, I guess, for the ball in. That ball may have had a little elevation to it on the outer half. 0-1.
Yeah, well, I don't blame him for looking in. There's a lot of pitches inside.
The 0-1, that was way in. 1 ball, 1 strike. He is 0 for 1, struck out swinging in the 1st inning. 1 of 3 Sale strikeouts. Right now, the thing he wants to do is hit the ball to right center field. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the 1-1 to Davis. A swing and a pop-up into right field. The play for Avi Garcia went back. Now comes in. He's under, makes the catch. About a 6-pitch inning or 7-pitch inning for Sale. He works from 1, 2, 3 here in the 3rd. He has retired the last 7 to the 4th. It's 1-0 Brewers.
Your search for unique Chicago sports talk begins and ends with us. Sorry, Boers and Bernstein. Afternoons 1 to 6 on the Score.
Wow, heck of a White Sox game last night.
Yeah, wish I had a jersey and hat to wear.
What? Just go to Chicago Sports Depot at Gate 5 at U.S. Cellular Field. They're open every day.
Chicago Sports Depot, the official Chicago White Sox store, also carrying Bulls, Bears, and Blackhawks.
West Bank and O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The UA, providing skilled plumbers, pipe fitters, sprinkler fitters, welders, and HVACR techs who do it right the first time. Learn more at UA.org.
A note on Mike Fiers, the starter for the Brewers, coming in at 1-4. He's making the look way too easy. He's on his game tonight. He's retired all 9. The question, Darren, when he has to work from the stretch, how's it going to be? Because it may be right here with Adam Eaton.
Well, let's just say it is time to figure out a way to reach base. If you're not seeing the ball well against him, you make an evaluation. Hey, you know what? I'm going to try a slug bunt. I'm going to try a bunt. I'm going to try and get hit by a pitch. Anything.
Herrera plays up at third, rest of the infield back, and there's strike one from Fiers. He's firing to the inside corner to Eaton. Strike one. He struck him out swinging in the first. He struck out Garcia leading off the second. Then he punched out Johnson and Sale to close out the third. We're in the fourth. 1-0 Brewers. And the 0-1, floater high, 1 ball, 1 strike.
He has thrown that curveball 3 or 4 times. It's not a good pitch.
It looks like it's going up the hill because of his tilt going back and then trying to get it to come down the mountain, and not too good. He's doing you a favor, and hopefully there's a favor here. The 1-1 to Eaton. A swing, it's rolled to second, a jump step to the right. Gomez has it, throws to first to get him. That is 10 in a row retired by Fiers.
They do him a fastball, curveball, and had Adam Eaton reaching for a changeup away.
When you're making pitches like this, you don't have to do a lot of thinking.
No.
If they're not getting hits, the regular stuff's working.
Look, right now, I don't look at it as if Fiers is something that's just dominating our hitters. Our hitters, to me, right now, aren't swinging the bats very well.
Remember, last night, the pitcher, Willie Peralta, was 1-4 with an earned run average of .392. Today, Fiers 1-4 with an earned run average of .546, just threw strike one to Melky Cabrera. I think the no-hitter and perfect game stops right here.
I hope you're correct.
0-1 the count, 1-0 Milwaukee, fourth inning, and the 1 strike pitch, that's high, 1 ball, 1 strike. And I'm thinking more along the lines of a hit than I am a walk.
Well, you said no-hitter, so
right.
Yeah. It's got to be a hit.
And the perfect game.
Well, that goes hand in hand.
Okay, 1 ball, 1 strike, the 1-1 to Melky. He took strike 2, 1-2. Now he's ready to hit.
This is a guy that's basically been averaging 5 innings of work, and he's just sailed through 3 innings against the White Sox.
Here's the 1-2 to Cabrera. Reached for it, fouled it off the top of the dugout, off that roof and into the seats. That one was one of those skimmers off the top, and somebody's wearing it behind the Sox dugout. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Cabrera in the left-handed batter's box waits in the 1-2 check swing. Did he go? No, and we got away with one there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I thought he had gone.
I'm going to give you the numbers. Fiers has gone over 5 innings, 5 2/3 once, in 6 innings another time, and this is his 7th start.
Home run ties the game. The pitch is swinging a foul to play to the left. Came with the heat. It fouled it back to Cabrera. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
First start of the year, 5 innings. Second start, 5 2/3. Third game, 4 innings. Fourth, 4 innings. 6 innings for a win. Then last time out, 5 innings again in a loss.
He's thrown 3 1/3 perfect innings so far.
So, in other words, I don't think it's him.
Well, got to give him credit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the 2-2. Another follow play to the left.
I am not going to do it tonight. Generally, I would. But you mentioned it a little while ago. You know, we're facing guys, and we don't want to keep saying, hey, this guy's just having a great night.
Yes.
He's been struggling every other outing. It can't be the case. Percentages are against that.
I know that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 1-0 Milwaukee. 4th inning at Miller Park. On the 2-2, swinging a nub to short. Playing it on a run is Segura. The throw over. The stretch by Rogers is perfect. He's retired the first 11.
So at this pace, we're going to be talking about Mike Fiers going 8 innings.
Well, his pitch count, I've got to check that also. Because I don't think he's thrown many pitches.
53.
Yeah, 53, and he's went out from getting through the 4th. So if he gets 54, he's working 16 pitches an inning probably, right? Isn't that what it comes out to?
Sure.
Pitch to Abreu, that's a little high, but it's called a strike. The late call by Clint Fagan, the home plate umpire, 0-1.
By the way, I'm talking about this. I don't think he's going to be continuing to sail through our lineup. Somebody's going to katonk him.
12-17 are the Brewers. The one-strike pitch foul, not a play to the right. I'll say this: we haven't had any good swings at him. It's now 0-2 on one of the best hitters in the game.
Yes, but with the numbers, when you just, if you're going to look at percentages, he's given up 37 hits prior to tonight's game in 29 innings, 14 walks. He has given up a ton of base runners, but he's due.
I mentioned the White Sox 12-17. The 0-2 pitch, another high pop out of play to the right. 12-17 on the road. The point I was going to make, we're 2-12 on the road.
Yes. I mean, there's nothing worse in baseball. I guarantee.
It says play 500 on the road. We're going to have to play a lot better than what we're playing to get to 500.
Yeah, we got to win 10 in a row.
Okay, on the road?
Yeah.
We got a road trip coming up like that, going to 4 cities, starting with Toronto, then through Baltimore to Houston to Arlington Stadium, or the ballpark in Arlington, Texas, just outside Dallas. So that will be one of those road trips to start a win streak. But let's get better now. The 0-2, a swing and a ground ball to third inside the bag. Nice play by Herrera. Gloves it, throws to first. He threw it away. Abreu didn't tag first. He's got to go back and tag first. Not so sure that's an error. It might be an error on the throw, but I think it was a base hit to start with. Be hard pressed for the official score to call that a hit, though, at this point.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Not when he's got a perfect game going into that error. I'm going to envision as
I know one of them is an error. The throw was an error.
I think it
allowing him to get to second.
I think it should be scored a hit because of the difficulty of the play, foul territory, long throw, and he's got to be perfect with it.
Tie and run is at second base. They're calling that an error on the third baseman.
Understandable.
That's a 2-base error, though. That was low and outside. That'll be for ball 1.
You have a problem with that call?
No, I don't have a problem with it, but I'm going to say this. Put an appendage to that. If Garcia or someone gets a hit in the next 2 innings, they're going to change that from an error to a hit. 1 ball, no strikes on Garcia. The 1-0. Outside, cut fastball, 2 balls, no strikes.
You mentioned we need to find out what he pitches like out of the stretch.
Yes.
Well, first time he's really fallen behind, other than to Johnson, where he went 3-0. Then he came back and struck him out.
That is the first base runner for the White Sox in the game. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Abreu, the tying run, leads away from second. The 2-0 to Garcia. Bouncing ball to third, off the glove of the third baseman, and that's going to be a hit. As Garcia's at first, he tried to backhand it to Herrera, couldn't find the handle on it.
Well, that's a tougher play than the previous one. That had some top spin and heat on it, and that ball ate him up. That's all it came down to. The thing that was done right is he didn't let it get past him and let it run score to tie it up.
No, if that ball hits his glove a little harder and bounces further, Abreu's home with the tying run. You're right. They're waiting to.
You can't give that an error.
A base hit.
Yeah, you can't give that an error.
I wrote it down in ink.
Yeah, I did too.
We've got white out, though, for both of us.
Yeah, no, that's a hit. I'm marking it everywhere.
So the perfect game left on the error, and now the no-hitter's over on that one off the glove of Herrera, the third baseman. Here's Connor Gillespie, 0-for-1 with a fly to center that Gomez corralled. How about a little bingo here with 1 to the gap in right center?
Well, he gave it a ride last time.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can find an empty space out there somewhere in the green grass.
Tying run at third base, go ahead, run at first, 2 outs. Sox bat here on the 4th. And the delivery, curve and a beauty, but it's called ball 1. That's the best curveball he's thrown tonight. Better from the stretch than the windup.
This is a time where trickery could come into play if you're the White Sox, even though we haven't seen it. You send Garcia, put some pressure on the defense with the runner on third base. A lot of times they'll pull up short, won't throw it. You could get 2-minute scoring position.
Or you could have him throw it away to center, couldn't you?
Or double steal.
1 ball, no strikes on Connor Gillespie. A look at first by Fires, the 1-0. Popped him up, maybe playable. Herrera over towards the sidewall along third base with room, puts it away, and that's it for the Sox. Fires the biggest cheerleader on the field right now as he made the play. And he need no runs, 1 hit, an error, and the Sox leave runners at the corners to the bottom of the 4th here in Milwaukee. Brewers lead 1-0.
Sox fans, it's John Danks. Listen to every Sox game here on The Score and White Sox Radio Network.
Now is the perfect time to experience Europe with Holland America Line, the cruise line that knows it best. Our expertly crafted itineraries reflect our European.
Our Our trucks of green keep Chicagoland clean. For service, visit floodbrothersdisposal.com.
It is 3, 4, and 5 for the Brewers here in the fourth. They lead 1-0. Braun will lead it off. Before he does, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Listen to White Sox baseball on The Score.
Morris and Bernstein, afternoons 1 to 6, talking to Sox players, coaches, and of course, you. This is WSCR at HD Chicago, WJMK HD2 Chicago.
Engineer here at Miller Park, Ryan Elliott. The Score Studios downtown Chicago. Herb Lawrence, Joe Ostrowski with Darren Jackson, Ed Farmer. Here's Braun standing in, taking strike one from Sale. He is responsible for the lone run of the game. A RBI ground out in the first, with Segura at third base on a triple with one out. Here's the 0-1 to Ryan. Tried the corner, missed it. Sale, 1 ball, 1 strike. His velocity has been as high as 94, but I haven't seen him touch 95, has he?
No, he's throwing a little softer than what we were used to seeing in all his other outings. He's reached 97.
Here's the 1-1 to Braun. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, 1 and 2. He's retired the last 7 Brewer batters, has Chris Sale. We're in the fourth.
But as we've talked about many a time, it's not about the velocity. It's about the off-speed pitches, keeping them off of the velocity.
Braun straight up stance, right-handed batter's box, twirls the bat towards third. The Sale deals the 1-2 in the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And I stopped by Flowers on that. If you practice that, regardless if there's a man out or not, you still go through the same actions because you want that to become second nature, that block going to both shin guards and keeping the glove down.
Well, it was here where I saw the best of any of my teammates practice it regularly, and that's Mike Matheny when I was with the Brewers.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the 2-2. A shot up the middle, Sale backhanded it, rolled around, flips to first, hang a star on it. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that may be the Good Hands play of the game.
You know what? You just announced it. The Allstate Good Hands play of the game is sponsored by our Allstate agent, Mike M. in Barrington. Start being protected today. Call Mike at 847-842-4900, Chicago's own Good Hands. I mean, when you spin and
pterodactyl-like.
Or as your friends say.
Froggy.
Yeah. Hey, he's got T-Rex arms.
Nah. There's Carlos Gomez, reached down an error and then swiped second base. He was picked off there, too. We couldn't get him. He's tried to go deep on that one, 0-1. Years past, when a guy took a swing like that, the next pitch really he couldn't swing at. He might be looking at the roof years past, and thank goodness that has changed.
I don't agree with you. I wish it was still part of the game.
Well, okay.
And I'm a former hitter.
Yeah,
I had no problem with that.
0-1 the count on Gomez, the 0-1 down, 1 ball, 1 strike. And I'm a former hitter also.
As we were saying, I wish that was part of the game still.
1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 to Carlos. A bunt up the third base line. This is a beauty. Pick the pocket of Gillespie, but not going to get him on that bunt anyway. That's a bunt single.
You know, Gomez just tried to hit one out of the stadium, and then he puts down the perfect bunt. Now,
smart play.
He bats fourth in the lineup, but he's not a number 4 hitter. He can hit home runs, this, that, and the other. Truth is.
Here's breaking it down, wasn't he, when he got to first with the arms moving?
Oh, yeah.
Mechanical man as he hit first.
He could be a leadoff hitter or he could be your number 4 hitter. Either way.
Here's Rogers, the first baseman. Jason is 0 for 1. Popped out to first in the first inning. Or I should say his first at bat. That was to close out the first. He popped out to the second baseman, Johnson, actually. There's a lob toss over the first. Gomez was spinning his wheels. He threw it over there like at 12 miles an hour.
I had mentioned a little earlier that the White Sox needed to find ways to get on base, whether it be a bunt or whatever. And, it took their number 4 hitter to listen. I didn't want him to. I wanted our guys.
He's had the radio on, I'm sure.
To figure this out. He's got wireless going on in the helmet.
1-0 Milwaukee trying to add here in the fourth. And that one swung and a missed, strike 1. Jason Rogers, a big swing, could not catch up with the velocity upstairs. How about a double play ground ball? Well, let me rephrase that. How about a double play on a ground ball?
Yeah, all right. I'm here with you.
Rogers straight up stance. Lead away from first for Gomez. Hands on knees. Get a little bit more. He may be going. And the 0-1, he's not going. That's high. Throw to first base, and he was back safely. He knows he's got a big lead.
Rogers, not a young guy. He is 27 years of age. He's a big guy.
Where's his neighborhood?
Riverdale, Georgia.
1 ball, 1 strike on Jason Rogers, leaning away from first, and the lead there also. And Sale notices that lead by Gomez, tosses over there again. Going to have to make a quicker throw than that for him to buy into it that you could pick him off.
He attended Southern Union State College, Community College, and Columbus State University.
In Columbus, Georgia?
It does not say location, but okay.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1-0 Milwaukee, 4th inning at Miller Park. Sale deals the next one to Rogers. That's a strike call. He didn't like it. 1-2.
How about this? He was slated to play quarterback at Alabama A&M in 2006, but elected to play baseball instead.
I think it was a wise move, don't you?
He's in the big leagues, yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. A run across for the Brewers in the first. Sale a sidearm throw over to first, and Gomez is back safely again. What has changed here, and we're here so early, I don't know if this is true, but I'll go through it again. The 1-2 to Rogers struck him out swinging on something up. Fastball, I believe.
95.
Sale has 4 of those strikeouts. Years past, here at County Stadium anyway, they used to have the Miller Lite golf cart going around for the people who were having their barbecue on the parking lot. I don't think they have that anymore. It was a little go-kart. And it wasn't going a long way. I got to tell you, it was stopping at every car just about.
What are you saying, to pick people up and bring them up?
No, they were having a libation of a Miller product.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why that. Hey, for sale in the parking lot.
There's Herrera, third baseman. There's a throw over to first. Gomez may be trying to steal with 2 down. You know, you can break the band or the confidence, the back that is, of a team when you can steal a base and get a run with 2 outs, and you go, well, we didn't have anything going and we got a run. Wasn't Bernie Mac a Brewer? And that one close did get a 1 ball, no strikes in a movie, I think.
Well, Mr. 3000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he went by Bernie Mac in the movie.
No,
but
no.
Yeah.
But wasn't that Bernie Mac who played that?
Yes.
Huge White Sox fan.
Indeed.
Question about that. An endearing smile with Bernie Mac, I'll say that. 1 ball, no strikes on Herrera. Sale will look at first. And that one now 2-0. Do you run on a 2-0 pitch?
Oh,
if
absolutely.
You're Gomez.
I mean, but if he wanted to run, he would have already done it. He's having a problem now messing with the timing of Chris Sale. He just can't pick his pocket.
2 outs, runner at first, 1-0 Milwaukee, and Sale waits for Gomez, and Gomez doesn't go anywhere as that one's fouled at a play to the right. Hit a big cut, didn't he, Herrera, at that one?
He did.
2-1.
Got 3 home runs, so he's got some pop. He's not the normal everyday third baseman or infielder at all. Ramos Ramirez is normally at third base, but he's got a strain in the lower back. Has missed 5 games now.
Hit that 2-run homer in the 8th yesterday off of Zach Duke with a man aboard. The 2-1, Gomez running the throw there, and Abreu's got to unload, and he did. Ramirez put the tag on a sliding Gomez. That's 1-3-6 on the caught stealing of Gomez, and the Brewers go no runs, a bunt single, a runner caught between first and second, caught stealing, and nobody left. 4 complete, 1-0 Milwaukee.
Free Sox tickets? Of course. Just listen to Morris and Bernstein Show. Afternoons 1 to 6 on The Score.
Hi, my name is Adam Eaton. I play for your favorite South Side baseball team, and I drive a C.J. Wilson Mazda.
Baseball fever is back, and there is no known cure. But C.J. Wilson Mazda can treat you with special monthly incentives to buy or trade all month long.
Wow, thanks, C.J. Wilson Mazda. I'm still going crazy with baseball fever, but I feel great about my new car.
It sounds like C.J. Wilson Mazda just hit another
delicious cup at a time. Trust the taste. Share the tradition. Hills Brothers Coffee.
White Sox down 1-0 as we're here in the 5th at Miller Park. It's Ramirez, then Flowers, and Johnson. And friends, glad to have you with us. Hopefully the scoreboard will change on the White Sox side anyway. White Sox have a hit, a base runner on an error, and that has been it for the Sox, and that occurred in the 4th. We're in the 5th. Ramirez to lead it off. Lexi 0 for 1 with the fly to right field, right to center field, that is. They're swinging a pop-up to play at the right. That's way down the right field line. His fly ball ended the White Sox second. In fact, Byers, the starter, had retired the first 11 until the error off the ball that Abreu hit to the third baseman. And then Garcia hit one in the same spot and had an infield single, the 0-1. Up and in a buzzsaw, 1 ball, 1 strike. No problem with that one. If you're Sale, now you say, you know what? Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I'll throw the buzzsaw up there also.
You know, this might have been with the feel that he might score around a bunt.
Yeah.
Because he's glancing down at the third baseman, and he's already shown that he would bunt earlier, even though he hasn't put down a real attempt. But he has squared around.
A run, 2 hits for the Brewers with an error. Nothing on 1 for the Sox with an error. There's a breaking pitch that finds the zone 1 and 2 on Alexi.
That is the first time he's thrown a curveball called for a strike.
He looked better from the stretch with the curve. Didn't get it over for a strike, but it was close. But that one was by far the best one he's thrown, and we're in the 5th. Come in 1 and 4, his Flyers, with an earned run average of 5.46. The 1-2 to Ramirez. A ground ball over the bag at first. That's a fair ball. It caroms off the sidewall. Stops Braun to pick it up. Ramirez scoots to second. The throw there late, and he stands at second with a leadoff double.
Yeah, now we're moving. It's time for a little situational hitting. And if Tyler Flowers feels he cannot swing the bat and get him over, this big man better put a bunt down.
Yeah,
that's my theory. Got to get him over here, Ed. That's it.
If you don't have confidence to get him with swinging, then get him with a bunt over there. How about just taking the suspense out of it and hitting a 2-run homer?
Okay, well, as long as it's to center field or right field.
Yeah, exactly, because if he's going in that direction, that's the theory. On the other hand, the pitcher, if he's paying attention, will pitch in rather than away.
And there have been managers that have gone, you know what, he's going to pitch the big guy in, tell him to cut it loose, try and go deep to left.
Yeah. That sometimes does happen. Tying run at second base, no outs. The leadoff double for Ramirez here in the 5th. The pitch to Tiflo. Outside low, ball 1. So he went away from what we were thinking, didn't he? Flyers.
He did. And Tyler, now, with that being said, can hit the ball to the right side.
Yes.
It's all an individual thing. What he feels he can and cannot do against the pitcher that's out there at that time.
Flowers is 0 for 1 with the line out to left. That will not help us here. But a ball to the right side could. Ramirez at second. The 1-0 to Flowers in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes.
Here he is
trying to get him swinging a breaking pitch, and now it's 2-0.
Yeah, he feels, hey, if I throw him something slow and away, he could just roll over it to the left side. And that's what happens. And you could talk about that, Ed. So many pitchers get in this position, and now they're trying to keep this batter from getting the runner over.
A lot of them do, and then some are going, okay, now I can't let them score. I'm going to move around the strike zone. That's why it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Flowers waits in the right-handed batter's box. Ramirez will lead away from second, the tie and run. And the 2-0 to T. Foul back, 2-1. He had a pitch, tried to go to right, fouled it back.
You know, generally, pitchers would be smart to throw fastballs in these situations. Because if he is trying to get him over, worst case scenario, if you're pitching to him, he's going to just fight it off, a little roller the other way.
Fires, incidentally, with Flowers at home plate, has not retired a batter, so he's gone 4 innings plus what is now 2 batters. He's 1 pitch shy of 70. 2 balls, 1 strike, infield back. Ramirez will lead away from second, the 2-1, a swing and a fly ball, left center field. This hit well, into the gap it goes. This is down for a hit. 1 hops the wall. Ramirez will tie the game as he scores on the double by Flowers. We're even at 1.
He beat the shift.
That looked like a changeup.
When I say he beat the shift, he wasn't supposed to hit it over there, and they weren't ready.
No. You can pitch to your defense, and you can pitch away from it. And these pitches predominantly were on the outside corner, Darren.
Yes, and I agree. It was a changeup, and it had him fooled. The only thing he could do was reach out, react, and hit it in the gap out there. So when you're trying to prevent somebody from doing their job, you throw them slow stuff to go ahead and roll over on a hit to the left side. Sometimes that works, and as you saw there, that time it didn't.
The 70th pitch is a double, and back-to-back doubles open the 5th for the White Sox. We're even at 1. Now it falls to Johnson, and you're not looking to get him over here. You're looking at getting him in. The pitcher's up next. The pitch to Johnson, fouled out of play, strike 1.
RBIs are brought to us by the Village of Bedford Park. Relocate your business for success. Visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
We're going to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard this inning, brought to you by Menards, where you save big money on your home improvement needs. Visit Menards. Colorado plays the Angels later out on the West Coast in Anaheim, California. And Boston at Oakland. We'll be at Oakland on Friday. We'll have the games for you over the weekend with the A's. The 0-1 to Micah in the dirt, bounces away from the catcher, but not far enough for Flowers to move to third. 1 ball, 1 strike. And San Diego up the coast to Seattle. Paxton will pitch, and Kennedy will pitch for, I believe, the Padres. He is 2-1, where Paxton is 0-2 for Seattle. Masterson's on the mound tonight for Boston, and Pomerantz will pitch for the Oakland A's. Here it's a battle between Sale and Mike Fiers, and they're even at one out, or no outs, runner at second, the 1-1 to Johnson, inside and low, 2 balls and a strike. How about a walk here and then a sacrifice bunt?
I've got no problem with that.
Could you buy into that one?
I can buy into Johnson hook one in the right field corner more.
That would be nice. Just have 3 doubles. Maybe that would be even a triple.
That'd be a triple for him.
2 balls, 1 strike. Hitting room, the gap right center as well as left center. As the left fielder, Davis, plays towards the line and left. Fiers deals the 2-1. Bouncing ball towards right is through for a hit. Flowers around third. He's being waved in. Up with it, Braun, the throw coming in. Cut off. He cut the throw, Darren, and the Sox lead 2-1.
The pitcher
we got a break there.
Because he became the cutoff man, and he is the right cutoff man there with the first baseman playing back and diving for that ball. There was nobody else to become the cutoff man, so he was in the right spot in that situation. And I don't know why, though, he would cut it, because it really didn't benefit him at all.
I had a teammate that would stand there like that and call cut when he was coming up to bat behind that base hit.
Yes.
He'd come home to signal the runner, and he'd yell cut. And over 50% of the time, they would cut the ball.
That's cheating, isn't it?
Not really. Here's Sale. He's showing bunt early. 2-1 Sox here in the 5th. And the pitch, that's a low strike. That's a gift by the home plate umpire. Sale will not argue with Clint Fagan, the home plate umpire, because he wants those 2. 0-1 on Sale with Herrera right in his grill at third. He's charging. He wants to get force at second base. If he throws there to second, Darren, I don't think he's going to get Johnson at second on a bunt. 0-1 the count. Sale still showing bunt. Running Johnson, the pitch. Tried to bunt it. Missed it. Second base stealing Johnson.
Yeah, this is where you have to let Johnson run, because he's a long arm deliverer. You talked about it earlier, and you get that great jump as he did, and he picks up the stolen base, even with Maldonado's quick throw down to second.
It wasn't a bad ball to throw on either. It was up. Sale tried to bunt it, but he had to wait for Chris to get the bat out in front of home plate.
Now you have a situation where Sale can help himself even that much more by advancing the runner to third.
A bunt again.
Oh, absolutely.
No outs, runner at second. 2 runs across here in the 5th. Sox leading 2-1. Fires a double, triple glance at second. Sale shows bunt again and gets this one down third baseline foul. He's out on strikes. That's the 5th strikeout for Fiers. Top of the order now with 1 out, runner in scoring position for Adam Eaton. So a little different out of the stretch than he was out of the windup, but then again he retired the first 11.
Yes. You know, whereas we talked about it a little while ago. We did not look good first time through the lineup, and then to start the 4th. It didn't look good against him. Now, we are turning things around, and we talked about I don't envision him shutting us down the whole game, which, you know, his numbers would indicate sooner or later he's going to have a hiccup, and now we're running into the guy that has those big numbers that he came into this game with.
Johnson at second, the pitch to Adam Eaton, fouled strike 1. Turned something over there and ran it down and away. Swinging strike 0-1. Called it off the end of the bat.
Yeah, it's Segura, the shortstop, sprinting to second, trying to work a pickoff play, a vacated shortstop area. Looked like Eaton tried to punch it that way.
I don't blame him. That's wide open spaces over there. Pitch is thrown now for Fiers. As you mentioned, the 5-inning pitcher. He's 1 shy of 80. And right now he's at 4 1/3. Johnson hands on knees with a pretty good lead away from second. He'll extend that certainly with a jump step to the right. Fiers will look at him. Now double glance and the pitch. Eaton swings through something. 0-2 now. Whatever that was, he wasn't ready for it. Was that his fastball? It was 89 miles per hour.
Yes. We talked about it. Velocity with him is kind of along the lines of what I said about Sid Fernandez facing him, throwing 89, 90.
It
he
looked
blew
like
the ball right
100.
by you. Oh, yeah. Just blew it right by you. You're like, what the heck?
2 strikes on Adam Eaton. On deck, Melky Cabrera. The game certainly is at home plate with Adam. The 0-2. Father to play to the left. He's having a tough time seeing these pitches.
He does that long arm, as we talked about, like Jim Palmer.
Yeah.
And he hides the ball behind his back leg. You can't see it. Then he's right over the top, and it's on its way to you.
2 runs, 4 hits for the Sox. Each team has an error. 1 on 2 for the Brewers. We've left 2 base runners. Milwaukee is stranded but 1. When the Brewers bat in the bottom of this 5th, Herrera to lead it off, then Maldonado and Gomez. That's Hector Gomez. 2 strikes on Eaton, and here's the delivery. That's high. They've got a pickoff play at second base, but you're not going to get him on that. And the throw was to the third base side of second. And the other thing of Johnson, he was already had his elbow on the bag, not only his hand, but his elbow.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's fun to do things like that when you have a strong arm, and Maldonado has a strong arm, but I don't see the point when you have somebody not getting a huge secondary.
The 1-2. Eaton swings and foul tips in the catcher's mitt. He's out on strikes. That's 6 strikeouts now for Fiers. He's got Eaton twice. And here's Melky Cabrera, who's 0 for 2. A ball back to the mound. And then one to the short. Let's pause here 10 seconds for station identification on the Score on the Sox Radio Network.
Hanley here from the Mully and Hanley Show. We talk Sox and the rest of Chicago sports. Mornings 5 to 9 on Sports Radio 670 The Score, WSCR, and HD Chicago, WJMK, HD2 Chicago.
With Aaron Jackson at Farmer Miller Park in Milwaukee. 2 runs across here in this 5th inning for the Sox. Johnson still at second base, a single and a stolen base, and RBI also. Here's Cabrera trying to pick up Johnson from second. The pitch to Melky. Curve and a beauty for strike 1. Ryan Elliott is our engineer here at Miller Park. Downtown in the Score studios, well, it's Herb Lawrence and Joe Ostrowski there. White Sox trying to win on the road, and that is noteworthy. They've won 2 out of 14 games played on the road. 0-1 on Cabrera. A look at second by Fiers. And the 0-1. Another foul. This one on a play to the left. 0-2 now. He can get foul balls and high fastballs at 91.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There was a lot of fastballs, and he has confidence doing it, throwing 90 miles an hour. That lets you know his whole life he's been somebody that can get away with throwing the fastball, even though it doesn't show up on the radar gun as if he's going to blow you away.
0-2 the count. Johnson a good lead from second. Nobody's stopping him. He's got a big lead. And the pitch to Cabrera, another foul. This one hit the top of the backstop. 2 strikes still on Melky Cabrera. Yankees and Rays are tied in St. Petersburg, Florida at 2. That game's in the bottom of the 8th with the Rays batting. Giants and Astros doing battle down there in Houston. It's 3-1 Giants, top of 5 there. Royals and Rangers at the ballpark in Arlington is 2-1 Rangers as the Royals bat top of 5 there. Here it's 2-1 Sox. We're in the 5th. And the 0-2 to Cabrera. Swinging a ground ball to second. 2 steps to his right. Gomez has it. Throws to first. And that's it for the Sox. 2 runs, 3 hits, a couple of doubles. And a runner left at second, Micah Johnson with a stolen base. As we strand another runner, the Sox have left 3 halfway through tonight's game here in Milwaukee. White Sox lead the Brewers 2-1.
Sox fans, it's Chris Sale. Listen to every Sox game here on the Score and the White Sox Radio Network.
Hey, Jake Dick and John Leinenkugel here.
Hi there.
Yeah, that's John.
We're beer casting about the beer that says summer like no other. Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. Tastes like summer.
Dick, tell everyone what a shandy style is.
A shandy is from the Germans. They were the first to do them, and back then they called them Radlers because it was beer mixed with a little something extra. A little bit of either ginger ale or a white soda.
Yeah, and we wanted to make our shandy so it tastes like summer in a bottle. So our Leinie Summer Shandy is crisp beer with the natural flavor of lemonade.
Is there a special occasion where you drink a lot of your summer shandy?
I love baseball, you know that, and love to go to games, to be with good friends and enjoying beers like Summer Shandy with a gourmet hot dog. Are you kidding me? What a pairing.
What are some other pairings?
You know, grilled fish. Can't go wrong with that.
I grill a lot of chicken, and of course our dad was
Chicken Master.
To hear all about Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, look for the Leinie's Beercast on our Facebook page. Jacob Leinenkugel Brewing Company, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Please enjoy Leinie's responsibly.
Success in the ballpark is the result of strategy, key players, and great timing. If your business relies on transportation, you belong in the village of Bedford Park. They're minutes away from Midway Airport, interstate highways, and rail yards. A strategic location for success. And if you need to access a large amount of water, the village of Bedford Park is the perfect location. Your timing couldn't be better. For available properties and incentives, call Marilyn at 708-496-0346 or visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
Beggar's Pizza, now with over 22 locations, has been serving great food for over 39 years. Like them on Facebook and Instagram and follow them on Twitter for exclusive specials and offers or visit beggarspizza.com. Beggar's Pizza, they lay it on thick.
One of our friends here is the chef here at the ballpark. Pastor is with us. Family and friends are in Chicago. When we had him at US Cellular Field, he was at Minnesota's Target Field. Now he's under the roof here at Miller Park in Milwaukee. Always great to see him. And for you, Darren, Spanish is like a second language now.
Absolutely. Sí.
Yeah. For the Brewers here in their half of the 5th, it is Herrera to lead it off. then Maldonado and Gomez. That's Hector Gomez. And that pitch in there for a strike, 0-2. To the count on Herrera, the third baseman. 0 for 1. Flied to right the first time up. That was in the second. Sale deals the 0-2 upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice to see Pastor, isn't it? We saw John Fielder, the sous chef, with him.
Yeah, we were.
What'd you ask Fielder? If his hair went all the way to the top of the hat?
That was legit.
Yeah. Took it off. He had an unusual haircut. The 1-2 pitch in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-1 White Sox here in the 5th. Sale reading signs, now deals the 2-2. High fly. This is hit well to left center field. On the move, Cabrera at the track, at the fence, leaps. This ball's gone. Game tying home run on a changeup.
Well, we have talked about the pitches he has been beat on this year. It has been the changeup more than anything.
That's the second home run in as many days, his 4th overall, and this one ties it, as I mentioned.
Chris has become predictable with that pitch, and when you have hitters, we talked about it earlier as well, if you're going to pick a fastball or a changeup from Chris, which one would you rather hit? It'd be the fastball. I see a replay, and that's actually not. That was just a looping curveball, slow, and it was up.
That pitch inside corner for strike 1. And this is Maldonado, the catcher. Strikeout victim in the second. He bats here in the 5th with no outs and a run home. We're even at 2. The lead did not last long. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
You know, he threw a great changeup right there. 85 miles an hour, down and in. And that's what it really becomes, location on all of his pitches. The one hit out of here was up, down the middle of the plate.
Sale has given him 2 runs on 3 hits. I mean, it's not like he's pitching bad. He's dealing. The 0-2 pitch. Close. Didn't get it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh,
the 5th Milwaukee batting.
You know, when you say he's pitching well, that's a fact. The thing is, we're used to him pitching so dominantly that nobody does anything.
The 1-2, then Maldonado didn't do anything except strike out on that pitch. Sale has 5 strikeouts. The good thing, what I like to see from Chris, and he's a world apart from a lot of pitchers in this. The home run's already gone. Forget about that. Get to work on the next batter. He didn't waste any time. Strike 1, strike 2. 1 and 2, strike 3.
He has always had that ability to bounce back from something negative taking place. He just says, I got to go get the job done.
Here's Hector Gomez, the second baseman, was at short yesterday. That pitch, strike on the knees. He's got the umpire now in his rhythm. Sale.
That's a good thing.
Throw it, strike. He looks like a disco dancer behind home plate, raising that right hand. Travolta-like, if you will.
All right, then.
0-1 the count, and the 1 strike pitch. Rolled to third, foul. 0-2. On Hector Gomez.
Hey, fans, Friday, May 22nd, come see the White Sox host the Minnesota Twins at 7:10. All fans are invited to stay for post-game fireworks presented by Magellan Corporation. For tickets, visit whitesox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME.
2 runs, 3 hits for the Brewers, 2 on 4 for the Sox. Each team has an error. We've left 3 base runners. They have stranded 1, and that one's high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that was 95 miles an hour with that fastball.
It just seems his percentage of fastballs thrown per game this year is down.
5-step kick, the 1-2. Hector swinging a fly ball, left center field. Here comes Cabrera. Reaches out, makes the catch. Closing speed for Melky Cabrera on that one. He ran that down. Gomez thought he had something special, and the only thing special about it was the catch by Melky Cabrera.
You know, coming into this game at Chris Sale has thrown his changeup coming into this game 29% of the time out of his pitches. That's the league average is 19%. So he is throwing it far more than what your average would be.
There's a pitcher swinging a missing, strike 1. So if you're Sale, don't do anything different with the pitcher. Heat him up again.
Absolutely.
0-1 on Fires. 2 down. Run across. We're even at 2 here in the Brewers' 5th. The next one, fouled line drive, hit somebody in the 3rd row just short of the Brewer dugout along the first base line. The Brewers dugout at County Stadium was the same way along the first base line.
Yes. It wasn't the best dugout in the world. That's
no. The 0-2 struck him out swinging on a pitch that was up and out of the strike zone. Sale has 2 strikeouts in the inning. He has 6 in the game. A run across on Herrera's home run, and nobody left. 5 complete as we move to the 6th. New ball game. We're even at 2.
Not enough White Sox chatter in your life? Then you're missing the Spiegel and Golf Show, 9 a.m. to 1 on The Score.
You know what I wish? I wish I had in-home Wi-Fi that actually worked in my entire home. Between me, my husband, and the kids, we've got more wireless devices than our internet can keep up with. The smartphones, the tablets, the gaming systems. I think even our coffee maker is online. I just want a fast, reliable connection in every room of the house for all of our stuff whenever we need it.
We can do that. Xfinity delivers the fastest and most reliable in-home Wi-Fi throughout your home.
That's great. Can I download you a coffee?
I'm good. Xfinity is perfect for people with a house full of devices. Ask how to get the fastest in-home Wi-Fi with Xfinity from Comcast, or get started with Economy Plus Internet for just $19.99 a month for a whole year. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today. Requires enrollment to Equal Paperless Billing. Offer ends 6/30/15. Restrictions apply. New customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply.
Love the rich flavor and aroma of Hills Brothers coffee, but don't have the time to brew a whole pot? Hills Brothers coffee is now available in single-serve cups. Hills Brothers single-serve coffee uses an innovative filter cup that brews more like traditional coffee with all the flavor and aroma you expect from Hills Brothers. One single delicious cup at a time, made with 100% premium Arabica beans and available in 7 delicious varieties. Look for Hills Brothers single-serve today. Trust the taste. Share the tradition. Hills Brothers Coffee.
The UA, providing skilled plumbers, pipe fitters, sprinkler fitters, welders, and HVACR techs who do it right the first time. Learn more at UA.org.
We have
to the sixth we go.
Yeah, we have ourselves a 2-2 tie in this sixth inning. And Sox fans, if the White Sox hit back-to-back home runs in this sixth inning, someone's going to win a 2015 Mazda 6. Just tune in to the pregame show. Listen to Chris Ranji each day to find out how you can enter for your chance to win. Brought to you by C.J. Wilson Mazda, home of Zoom Nation.
You're part of the nation, aren't you?
I'm zooming. Zooming.
Aren't you a participant in that nation?
I am. I driving a Mazda CX-9.
There's Abreu to lead off the sixth. The bouncing ball, third, foul, strike one. Have you had that car going pretty fast?
No, I don't speed.
So you've never gone over the speed limit in that car?
Never.
Pinocchio?
It's got a restrictor on it to where every speed zone it's in, it has to.
It just reads the speed zone as we're going?
Yep.
Sure. Here's the 0-1 to Jose Abreu. A high fly in the center and certainly playable for Gomez. He's backpedaling like there's someone on. He's under, makes the catch. He's fun to watch, isn't he?
It depends on
how you look at it. One out for Garcia.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's moving around out there, moonwalking in spikes, and then he's got like a little crab walk that he does sideways when he
does.
I mean, it's you put a camera on him,
it's a show. Maybe I had the wrong term. He's not fun to watch. We have to watch him. Here's Garcia, singled the last time up on the infield. That Herrera, the third baseman, tried to make a nice play, just couldn't handle it. It is 2-2 here on the White Sox sixth with one out. The base is clear. Pitch to Avi, high fly ball to left. This hit pretty good. Going back, Davis at the track by the fence and left makes the catch. I didn't think he got it all, but it went back pretty far. That was hit off the end of the bat.
Yeah, he just kind of was reaching for that breaking ball. Didn't get his backside into it, and well, that was just enough to keep it in this yard in this home run friendly ballpark.
I'm not going to say this is uncharted waters for one Mike Fiers, but this is the sixth inning. He's got 2 outs in it.
No, it's uncharted waters because, you know what? Last time he went 6 innings, he threw 100 pitches, and right now he's just at 90. He's only gone 6 innings once this year.
Maybe we'll deal with Connor Gillespie, and Gillespie certainly can find the Miller porch in right field to his liking.
I'd love to see that.
They have the shift down for Connor with one infielder on the left side. A pitch, a strike called 0-1. We're in the sixth, 2 down, bases empty, 2 runs for each club. We have 4 hits, they have 3 to the Brewers. Gillespie flied to center in the second, popped into foul territory. The third baseman corralled that. In the fourth, just shy of the Sox dugout over there. There's a swing and a miss. Now it's 0-2.
That curveball that was not good earlier must have been overthrowing it because it's effective the last couple of innings.
Pitch is thrown now by Fiers. He's at 92 with 2 outs. Gillespie readjusting his thoughts just outside the left-handed batter's box. Now back in. Byers deals the 2-strike pitch to Connor. Struck him out swinging on that curve. That's it for the Sox. A very quiet 6th. Byers has retired the last 6 White Sox batters since the Johnson single and stolen base in the 5th. Middle of the 6th inning, we're tied at 2 with Milwaukee.
Mully and Hanley, we're Chicago's.
Brewers half of the 6th. 2 runs for each team. 4 hits for the Sox, 3 for Milwaukee. Top of the order. Gene Segura will lead it off. Then Davis and Braun to follow, facing Chris Sale. Sale a home run, yielded a home run in the 5th to Herrera, his second in as many days. He's got 4 on the season. That tied the game at 2. That's where we are in the 6th. And this one, a buzzsaw in, ball 1 to Gene Segura, the shortstop. He has 1 for 2, a triple, a run scored in the 1st inning. Came in on Ryan Braun's ground out to Abreu, the first baseman, the 1-0. A chopped third foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is thrown by Chris Sale. He's at 72. And the 1-1, a strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So he was looking in, Darren, and couldn't get the bat to go up to the outside half to try and attack that one. Sale is established in with a number of hitters. We'll see what he brings here on 1 and 2 to Segura, the shortstop. Here it is. That's ball in. He just did get a piece of it. Talk about an emergency swing. That was one. And somebody's wearing that on a rebound that they didn't think they were going to get. The ball went behind him, hit a chart, came back and hit him in the back of the head.
I'd say stay with the fastball.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2, a curve foul to play. The right, he's not listening to you.
You know, and it's just because I've got the statistical information that kind of bears out. He's more effective throwing fastballs than he is the off-speed stuff. You got to use the off-speed stuff, but Chris, you know, his fastball, especially after the hitter was late on it, you know, needs to make sure that he continues to pound the fastball up there.
I think go up and away and have a swing in it. The 1-2, up and away, foul to play the right. Oh, you know what has been missing yesterday and today, and my wife Barbara asked me about this. She said, did you see any of those cheese hats, you know, with the triangle piece of cheese? That, those are not what you would call light pieces of furniture. No, those have some weight to them.
You think?
Oh, I know they do. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I've not seen one in the last, game in what now is the 6th inning of game 2. And the 1-2, foul tipped into Flowers' glove. He's out on strikes. Sale has another strikeout. That is his 7th. He has matched Fires in that part, with each one having 7 strikeouts. As the Brewers are 1 out here in the 6th inning for Chris Davis, the left fielder.
Well, you know, maybe people from Wisconsin finally took exception to be called cheeseheads.
I had a friend of mine that was up here, and he had the cheese hat golf hat.
Wow, that's unique.
Pitch to Davis, low for ball 1. Yeah, I try to put that one on. It will stretch to fit your head, by the way. Well, for certain people. And it was extremely heavy. Let's say that. Here's the 1-0. That's ball 2, 2-0. Pitchers tonight on both sides, they have not issued a free pass. I know one thing. Byers doesn't. He walks some guys. Sale's been stingy with walks. The 2-0 to Davis. I should have never mentioned it. 3-0.
Well, we did mention it earlier with Micah Johnson in the 3rd inning.
Yeah.
He had worked to count to 3-0, only to end up striking out.
Does he get the hit sign, Davis, on 3-0? Here's the pitch. Yeah, he did. That's foul to play to the right.
We saw a statistic a little while ago that shows that hitters that swing on 3-0.
Yeah. They're hitting 189.
167, yes.
Something like that.
It's like, okay.
Predominantly, a lot of them strike out, too, when they swing at 3-0, and then all of a sudden it's 3-2, and then it's 3-3. The 3-1 to Davis, swung and a miss, 3-2, as we were saying.
He didn't get cheated there. And
he backlegged that one.
The funny thing about it is 3-1 counts, hitters are hitting about 365.
Yeah.
So you would have thought there he had better odds.
That's when it doesn't start at 3-0.
Yes.
Though. The 3-2 pitch to Davis struck him out.
He said
they're not doing well with striking out. 0-3-0, then 0-3. Sale has back-to-back strikeouts. He's got 8 total in what is 5 2/3 innings here at Miller Park.
Well,
there's Ryan Braun, the right fielder.
Psychologically, it must get in your brain a little bit when you swing on 3-0 and you don't do the job, because the manager lets you swing 3-0 as a privilege that he thinks you can get the job done. And from there, you may say to yourself, oh, man, probably never let me swing again 3-0. You got the wrong thought in your mind.
Yeah. So Braun calling time at home plate. I'm not a big fan of that, but game has changed. He is 0 for 2, 3-1 out, then 1-3 out. A pitch outside for ball 1. The 1-3 out was a shot up the middle. Sale had whirled around, then took the glove behind his back. He was moving towards third base and stabbed it, and then threw out Ryan at first base. 1 ball, no strikes. He also has 6 home runs on the season. This is a line drive off the screen in front of the Brewers dugout. You know, I don't know why it took so long to figure this one out. When I was a kid growing up, the bats at Comiskey Park were in little tubes in front of the dugout.
Right.
They were part of, they were dug out, and the dugout was there, but the bats would be maybe 4 or 5 inches, 8 inches out of a tube that was in the front of the dugout.
That's dangerous.
Oh, yeah. The 1-1, the Braun followed a play to the right, 1-2. Nothing fancy about this right now. He's bringing it. And then it took a long time for them to put a fence in front of there. And then teams started to add seats in the top row of the dugout. Right. You mentioned the dugout at County Stadium. There were 2 levels of that.
Yes.
You had to go sit in a tunnel back there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Ryan Braun. Fouled back. He chased the pitch that was shoulder high, maybe chin high. Just got a piece of it.
Well, the old school worst dugout was Detroit.
Yes.
I mean, not only was it small.
How about the tunnel getting there?
Oh, yeah, that was terrible. But, I mean, it was small, and if you got excited about something, it jumped up. Oh, man, down.
The button on the cap played, didn't it?
Oh, man, it was you jumped up, and the problem is you're 6 foot. The roof was 4 feet up.
How about at 6, 4.5? The next one to Braun. Went around on the ball in the dirt. He does not want to run to first, so he will trot. Flowers throws them out. 2-3 on the strikeout. Sale struck out the side. He's got 9 through 6 innings to the 7th. White Sox and Brewers even at 2.
Jason Goff here, ready to talk White Sox baseball with you on the Spiegel and Goff Show, 9 a.m. to 1 on The Score.
There's an old saying, where your treasure is.
Need the settlement they deserve. Call 773-887-CARE. Instant Care is not a law firm or attorney.
We go to work in the top of the 7th inning at Miller Park in Milwaukee. 2-2 tie, 4 hits for the White Sox, 3 hits for the Brewers. Each team has committed an error. The White Sox have stranded 3 to the Brewers 1. I'll say Ramirez will start things off. Ramirez flied to center, and he led off the 5th inning with a double, came around to score.
Well, how about that pitch?
Curveball right over his helmet.
Have you ever, did you ever throw one in high school where you actually hit the batter's bat with that one? It was a fair ball?
No, I don't recall that. That's a long time ago, man.
We're even at 2 here on the Sox 7th. The pitch to Ramirez. That's a strike called. Now, wait a minute. One of those is over his head. The next one's on the outside corner, knee high.
Yeah,
how's that work?
Let's just say that Ramirez found that hard to believe, too. Yeah. He asked the umpire, wait a minute, are you sure about that?
Fires is nearing 100 pitches thrown. He's at 95. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Sox, 2 on 3 for the Brewers. The 1-1. Ramirez looks at 1 down and away, 2 balls and a strike. He may be out of gas, Darren.
Well, he hasn't quite reached new territory yet. He has to get an out here in this 7th, and then it's a season high for him.
He's retired the last 6 batters since the Johnson single and a stolen base in the 5th. The 2-1 to Alexi, make it 3-1.
His best outing on the year was where he went 6 innings, 3 runs, check that, 3 hits, 1 run against the Cubs. Had a season-high 12 strikeouts in that outing.
He is wandering towards Shaky Street right now. Fires in the 3-1 to Ramirez. A swing and a pop-up on the infield. Oh, brother, this is in foul territory. Maldonado in front of Rogers makes the play. The 3-1 pitch popped out to the catcher. That's 7 straight retired by Fires. And here's Flowers.
Sox fans, join us on Saturday, May 23rd at 3:10. The White Sox take on the Twins. Be sure to arrive early as we retire Paul Konerko's number 14 in a pregame ceremony. First 20,000 fans will receive a Paul Konerko replica statue presented by Xfinity. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports.
Flowers the last time up a double, and he plated Ramirez, who had doubled over the bag at first, to get the Sox first run in. And then Johnson singled to right field to get Flowers in from second. A pitch to T, swung and a miss, strike 1. Mike Fires, everybody has one day that they can look at, and this so far is Fires' days, even though with Sale at 2 Came in at 1-4 with an earned run average approaching 5.5. And there is a pitch up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's say this about Mike Fiers. Okay, this season's not been real good statistically for him, but he does have a 12 strikeout game against the Cubs, and his career high in a game is 14. That also against the Cubs last year.
Activity in that Brewer bullpen. It's Will Smith, the lefty, who pitched last night warming. The 1-1 to Flowers. Check swing. Catcher appeals on that. No, denied. 2 balls and a strike. I mean, make it at least worthwhile. He didn't even move the bat. Seventh inning, 2-all. Count 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases clear. It's about time for Flowers just to absolutely tattoo one over the fence and left. Fiers says yes to the sign from Maldonado. His catcher deals the 2-1 to Flowers and line drive to center. That's a base hit. What is Gomez doing in center field? I liked it. He waited for the ball to get to him, but he never made the play to come in and catch it.
That was about the biggest gift I have seen an outfielder give in a long time. Maybe he does not like his pitcher. Because
that ball was up there for a while. I'm glad he waited for it.
Well, I mean, that was a line missile to center field, but Gomez started backing up and played it on a short hop. All he had to do was take 3 or 4 steps in. He catches it chest high.
Yeah.
So his pitcher may have said something to him in between innings and made him upset. So he said, you know what, I'm not going to catch one for you.
Sale is on deck. The game is at home plate with Micah Johnson. But if we get to Sale with runners at first and second and 1 out, to Sale bat here in the 7th?
No, I doubt he's batting.
Here's the pitch to Micah. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Maldonado is calling pitches, and Fiers is not shaking him off. You can also catch a pitcher that has been dealing into trouble late in the game by calling what he does not want to throw, but he throws it anyway.
You know, you look down in the White Sox bullpen. I don't see anybody warming up. You're talking about Sale on deck. This is the part of the game where you need your offense to score some runs.
Yes.
And you shouldn't be thinking about the pitcher getting wins.
Quick throw over to first, and Flowers is back safely. Rogers had to stop the ball from going down the right field line.
I really feel you want to get your pitchers wins when they deserve it. That is a fact.
Yeah.
But you got to win some games, and you just got to do it any way you can.
The Sox are 12-17, 10-5 at home. You can do the math. 2-12 on the road with the loss last night, 10-7 to Milwaukee. Came charging back. They were down 7-2 at one point. There's the 1-0 to Micah. Inside low, 2 balls, no strikes.
Season high, 104 pitches thrown now by Fiers.
Immediate on the mound. Let's pause 10 seconds here for station identification on the Score on the Sox Radio Network.
Jason Goff here from the Spiegel and Goff Show, weekdays 9 to 1, talking White Sox and all of Chicago's teams. This is WSCR and HD Chicago, WJMK HD2 Chicago.
With Darren Jackson at Farmer Miller Park in Milwaukee, 7th inning. Nothing's been decided. We're even at 2. The Sox have a runner at first. Flowers on the line drive single to center with 1 out. Micah Johnson has a count of 2-0. Ryan Elliott is our engineer here. Score Studios, Joe Ostrowski, Herb Lawrence working there. Glad you're with us tonight. Hopefully the Sox will win for the 3rd time on the road this season. The 2-0 to Micah. Check swing, it was up. That's the pitch he's been getting swings and fouls or pop-ups on, Darren. 3 balls, no strikes. Good take.
Yeah, I mean, there comes a time where the hitters are going to realize, make him get it down. You have to start saying that yourself, and then you have a certain level where the ball has to be below before you'll swing at it.
3 balls, no strikes. Do you let him swing? The 3-0. Johnson takes the pitch in. He walks him. Walks are brought to you by Thornton's. They make another donation, the Kids Foundation. Another filled school backpack. That's for the Kids Foundation Fund. That's the Kids in Need Foundation. And out comes Counsell, and he's going to the bullpen.
Yep, the White Sox, they're sending them to the showers. It's sponsored by the Plumbers Union Local of 130 UA, where plumbers protect the health of the nation. Just like that, the pitcher's coming up, and he says, hey, I want the lefty. I don't want this left-handed pitcher getting him over on a bunt.
So with the change that breaks a minute and 5, we'll see on the other side, too, who's going to pitch, but it's Will
Smith, but I get it. This is the left-handed pitcher, Will Smith, who pitched in last night's game 2/3 of an inning. 2 hits, 2 runs. Check that, 2 earned runs, 3 runs overall, had a strikeout in that outing. He comes in tonight, really, to face Chris Sale and try and keep him from getting the bunt down. Smith on the year, his numbers 1-0 with a 2.45 earned run average in 16 games. He has just worked 11 innings, giving up 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 overall. 5 walks in those 11 innings, but he has 16 strikeouts. So big left-hander. Going to try and make it hard, Ed, for Chris Sale, who, well, let's just be realistic, is not used to having a bat in his hands.
He's not that bad of a hitter, is he?
Chris Sale?
Yeah.
Yeah. He even admitted, I've talked to him about his hitting prowess as a high school
kid. Scale of 1 to 10,
kid.
how would you grade him?
Well,
10 being great, 1 being not good at all.
From his own words, he's about a 2.
Oh, so there's some latitude there. He can get the ball down here and move runners along, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, well, that's what we're looking at. Is Smith, the lefty, deals to left-handed batting Sale with 1 out. We're in the 7th. And the pitch is a bunt that's on the third baseline. There's a play at third and maybe no play at first. So they had the play on. The idea is to bunt it, but to bunt it to first.
No.
They had the shortstop running towards third base on that bunt. No, you don't want to go along with that?
Well, no, because they've got both corners running in on that play. The idea is not to bunt it. Because if you do, you're going to have an out. And
that's 5-6 at third.
You have to now pull the bat back, and that's the butcher boy. You swing. Yeah. You hit it right over that third baseman's grill.
I'm familiar with that butcher boy, too.
It works.
It does, because you're shortened up on the bat. Now you've got a club that's half of what you were dealing with.
Yes.
Here's Eaton facing Smith, and he'll get a diet of breaking balls, and that one, the curve in there for strike 1. 6 1/3 incomplete line on Fires.
By the way, Chris Sale avoiding the double play because he was flying down that first base line. He can run.
And that pitch down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. I know the first one was a strike. The scoreboard has nothing up there, but that's good. Maybe he'll walk him now on 6 pitches.
Well, that'd be different.
Yeah. Now it's adjusted. 1 ball, 1 strike. Maldonado threw the signs with runners at first and second. Sale at first. Johnson at second as Smith looks at him, and there's a whirl-around move. It looked like the umpire was going to go catch the throw from Smith.
Yeah, generally I would advise the umpire stay out of the way of the
just
throw.
Stay where you are.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. Infield plays back. Herrera, the third baseman, off the line. And Gomez, the second baseman, maybe a bit towards center field. This one to Eaton. That's a fastball, and that's in there. And the count now 1-2. Adam tonight 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out to second. We're in the 7th, tied at 2, Milwaukee and the White Sox. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. And the 1-2 to Adam Eaton. A swing and a fly ball to left is going to send Davis, the left fielder, going back. He's under and makes the catch. He's styling out there, and that's it for the Sox. No runs, a hit, a walk, and 2 left. They'll stand for the stretch here at Miller Park. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Sox and Brewers even at 2.
We've been talking Chicago sports for over 2 decades. Be a part of Chicago tradition. Listen to 670 The Score.
Stop striking out with bland mixers and hit a home run with America's Chevy inventory at PhillipsChevy.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Brewers coming up here in the 7th inning, Darren, and the White Sox need Sale to be on the beam here in the 7th. They've got the middle part of the order coming up with Gomez, Rogers, and Herrera.
Yeah, this is the go time for Chris Sale. He's left up there to try and get the bunt down, which means they want Chris Sale to try and pick up the win, and it's up to him. He's got to reach back.
Also give the bullpen a rest, too, right?
Yeah, but he's got to reach back, and he's got to make sure that he shuts these guys down right here, because in my mind, this is it for him anyway. He's got to get through this part of the lineup, get his offense back up there. They get one quick run. There we go.
Well, here's Carlos Gomez, the center fielder. A bunt single. And a pitch, a bouncing ball up the middle. Play for Ramirez with time. Guns to first. Got him. The throw made Abreu come off the bag, and then he tagged him in the helmet. I got to ask you this. What is going on with that throw there? And that's a routine ground ball to the shortstop.
Well, I think he realizes it's Gomez running down the line, and he gets there at a high rate of speed. So he rushed his throw, and Abreu was able to apply the tag as he was slowing down to try and get by him. And thank goodness he was able also to hold on to the ball.
So a lot of white coming out of that glove.
Yes, that's a fact.
So 1 out is the aforementioned Rogers. 0 for 2, a strikeout the last time. Before that, in the first inning, pop to second baseman Johnson. We're in the 7th. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Sox, 2 on 3 for the Milwaukee Brewers. Each team has committed an error. We've stranded 5, and Milwaukee's left 1. The pitch to Rogers, low for ball 1.
Almost looked like that pitch was a watch the hitter pitch. See what his body language is telling you.
And that's not a bad thing to do. You can get a lot of information, see what the pitcher's trying to do. If he opens early, you know he's looking in. If he goes out, tries to lean across home plate, you know he's looking away. That doesn't mean he's not going to change. The 1-0 to Rogers, high, 2 balls, no strikes. Just coming from a former pitcher.
Yes, you're letting us know that that's exactly what sometimes pitchers have to do. Watch the body language.
Well, you're not sure. Rather than be unsure, you've got to find out what they're trying to do. As Sale crosses home plate with that one, 2-1.
And I think
he dropped down a little bit on that.
Yeah, and he dropped down a breaking ball right there on a 2-0 count. He's not looking for that.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The 2-1, a high fly ball to right. This is going to send Garcia backpedaling onto the warning track, and right makes the catch. Rogers now 0 for 3. 2 down in the Brewers' 7th. For Herrera, the third baseman, a home run the last time to tie the game.
From May 1st to May 31st, if you buy 4 qualifying Cooper tires from the participating Cooper dealers, you score a voucher for 4 free White Sox tickets. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go. Visit whitesox.com/Cooper tires for more information or redeem your voucher.
Sale has retired the last 8 with 5 of those on strikes. He has 9 strikeouts in the game, and he deals with Herrera, the third baseman, on the delivery. Swung on a miss, strike 1. He's trying to go deep again, and I don't blame him. 0-1. When the 7th, tied at 2, Milwaukee and the Sox are at Miller Park. Inside, very comfortable, 65 degrees. Outside, not so much. The 0-1, a swing and a towering pop-up on the infield. Now it goes to the outfield. In comes Garcia with Johnson. It's Garcia and Johnson making the call. Johnson needs to get out of the way. Garcia made the play, and that's it for the Brewers. 3 up, 3 down. Sales retired the last 9. 7 complete, 2-all.
Sox fans, it's Rob Ventura. Listen to every White Sox game here on the Score and the White Sox Radio Network.
This is a beer ad for guys who like to.
There's huge water capacity and close proximity to freeways and rail yards. You'll hit a home run with the Village of Bedford Park. Call Marilyn at 708-496-0346.
The score remains tied at 2. Top of the 8th inning at Miller Park. New pitcher, out Smith and Blazek. Michael Blazek, right-handed reliever. Numbers for him on the year, 3-0. Yes, 3-0 in relief, and has a 1.08 earned run average. 16 innings. There's a 1.55 batting average, giving up 9 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 walks, 16 strikeouts.
I got up from St. Louis Cardinals for John Axford in 2013. Lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. Does Michael Robert Blazek. Graduated from Arborview High School in Nevada. Enjoys golfing and hunting. Isn't that part of golfing? Hunting for your golf ball?
For me, yes.
Yeah, for both of us.
You know.
So it's Blazek to face Cabrera here in the White Sox 8th. This 8th inning is brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Stay tuned to the postgame show with Chris Ranji for your chance to win a Beggar's Pizza gift card. $50. Beggar's Pizza, they lay it on thick. The website is beggarspizza.com. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Sox, 2 on 3 for the Brewers. The 0-1, a swing and a chop to the mound, jumping. Blazek can't come up with it. Barehanded by the second baseman. The throw, he still got him. That's a nice play by Gomez.
Oh, yes,
Saved
it
the
is.
hit.
Yes, it is.
That was do or die.
It seemed as if Melky needed one extra step to get to the bag, like he had to chop his step because his rhythm was off, and that's what cost him.
He didn't get out of the batter's box well, as you said, because he had to turn all the way around. And that leap for the bag just in the air. There's Jose Abreu. A rough night, 0 for 3. Reached on an error in the 4th. On both sides of that error, a fly to left and then a fly to center field. He is stuck on 6 home runs, if you could say that. Blazek's delivery, outside and high ball 1. The fastball looked quicker than what it was. It registered 93 on the speed gun. We're in the 8th, tied at 2, Milwaukee and the White Sox. Ledger with us. Sale has gone the first 7. And that one, that's low. 2 balls, no strikes. White Sox double plays are brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Safeco Insurance, do more. We've got the original starting pitcher's line Mike Fires, 6 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts. The final line is always brought to you by Miller Lite. Enjoy Miller time responsibly, friends. Always designate a driver. That was in there for a strike to Abreu. 2 balls and a strike. Moore County Stadium was a nice ballpark. This is a showcase for baseball here under the roof. Next one swung and a miss, whatever that was. It was 82 miles an hour. 2-2 now on Jose Abreu.
Wait a minute. You thought County Stadium was a nice place for baseball?
I like playing there, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And I also like the bullpen area there, too, raised up above the fence and right. Yeah. You didn't like County Stadium?
No, not really.
I did. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. You didn't have good sight lines there?
I just thought it kind of stunk.
How'd you do there?
Okay.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Fans were great. Everything about it for me. You know, the bullpen was in right center. Here's the 3-2. Close, didn't get it. Check swing. He didn't go. Ball 4. So there's another backpack from Thornton's filled with school supplies for the Kids in Need Foundation.
And when I was here, the fans were great. That was definitely not a question. They love their baseball, know their baseball here.
Yeah.
But the stadium, they were in the process of building this one right next to the old one.
Yeah.
For a reason. It was time
No, I understand that. But I was here certainly earlier than you were here. What year were you here?
I was here in 1998.
Yeah. See, I was here 20 years before you.
Yeah, it might have been nice then.
Well, it was okay. I can say that. There's Avi Garcia for the home run here. And Blazek would look at first at Abreu. With a modest lead, they're hitting room right side of the infield. The pitch, foul back, strike 1.
Ready for the fastball and missed it.
We're in the 8th. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Sox, 2 on 3 for the Milwaukee Brewers. Natural surface that is under the roof, as the roof was closed somewhere around noontime here in the Central Time Zone. Brewers scored a run in the first. Sox got 2 in the 5th on doubles and a single by Johnson to get the second run in. There's a swing of the ground ball in the left field base hit. Herrera made a late dive at that and was by him already on that overspin.
Yeah, this is a quick infield. This is no question a hitter's ballpark. Gets out of here when you get it in the air and gets through the infield in a hurry.
I was going over, driving back yesterday, my time here with Milwaukee and the team that we had, which a couple years later went to the World Series to play the Cardinals. I think it was 2 or 3 years later. But Sal Banda was at third base. Robin Yao was at short. Gander and Molitor came up later, but not that year. His team went at Iowa or Beloit, wherever they were. They were in the championship round in the 8-ball playoffs. He refused to come up. He said, I'd like to stay with my teammates if that's okay. Well, so we can win the Midwest League championship.
He may have said, I would not like to come up right now. I want to stick because I don't know if he refused.
No, he just said, I'd rather stay with my team. They said, fine. Cecil Cooper was at first. They had Ben Ogilvie in the outfield. Had Gorman Thomas in center and Charlie O'Brien in right. And Ray Fosse, Ted Simmons were catchers. I'm not sure Simmons was here then, but Fosse certainly was. And they had a bench that was pretty strong also. Had some guys. They had Don Money on the bench. Yeah, they had starting pitchers. Mike Caldwell had a dynamic year that year for the Brewers. May have won either 20 or close to it that year. 1 ball, no strikes on Connor Gillespie. Runners at first and second here in the 8th with 1 out. Abreu at second. Garcia's at first. Blazek from the set. A look at second at Abreu. The 1-0. Gillespie takes a close one. 2 balls, no strikes. And in the bullpen, Moose Haas was in the bullpen then, and some others. Andy Rapolgel had come over from the Orioles, and he did a nice job for them. Jerry Augustine was on that team also.
Yeah, that's a buddy of yours.
Yeah.
Pre and post game show he does here for the Brewers.
2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. We were teammates in winter baseball also, Augie and I. Bill Castro was on that team. Here's the 2-0 in the dirt, bounced away from the catcher. This is going to redefine the wild pitch. And moving from second to third, Abreu, and from first to second, Garcia. That is a huge play right there, a non-play, if you will.
Well, that is a fact. It's as if Blazek tried to throw a sinker, but that sinker was right on top of home plate and skipped on the catcher, who tried to come up with it rather than drop down and take it off the chest protector, keep it close. He did exactly the opposite of what you need to do in that situation.
Two ways to look at this situation now, Darren. Do they walk Connor Gillespie to pitch to Ramirez with the bases loaded, or do they pitch to him on 3-0 where he may be swinging? They're going to put him on.
Yes. You just don't bother going after somebody on a 3-0 count. And now a base is open. You got a right-hander coming up that's aggressive hitter.
From the 05 team with the White Sox and the World Championship team, Neil Kotz warms for the Brewers in the bullpen.
Yeah, Neil Kotz. Really glad to see a resurgence in his career.
Great guy, too. Quiet. Him and Polite that year. I believe Polite was 7-0 that year, and Kotz had 3 wins, I think. I think it's a dynamic duo.
Yeah, 4.
They were 10 or 11-1 or 10-11-0.
Let's just say that Neil had to deal with some arm injuries for a few years that set him back. He made a nice comeback with Texas, and here he is in Milwaukee. Good for him. Now, if he comes in, light him up.
And Polite, we see him at the ballpark from time to time. He has not changed ever. Cliffy went from no wins to winning 7 in the bullpen that year. Here's Ramirez batting with the bases loaded. A couple of walks, 1 intentional, sandwiched between those, and the single to left field by Garcia. 1 out, bases filled. This has not been a situation that has been kind to the White Sox this season so far. That can change right here.
I hope.
Blazik in a jam here in the 8th. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2 all. Here's the pitch to Alexi. Under his grill, ball 1. He was doing the limbo in that right-handed batter's box. He passed the test. He waited for that to break, and it almost hit him in the face.
White Sox hitting .238 with the bases loaded, and Ramirez in particular is 0 for 3.
I'm thinking along the lines of the base hit, but a slam would be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
1 ball, no strikes. Blazik in a jam when the Brewers tied it 2 in the 1-0. Fastball low, 2 balls, no strikes. Halfway to an RBI walk is Ramirez. He's going to get a pitch to drill right here.
Well, Ramirez is due, but he can become over-aggressive in these situations because he's saying, here comes a fastball. Problem is, it might not be a good fastball to hit. He's got to make sure it's his pitch. Don't just swing at one because it's over the plate. It could be down, bounces it to the left side.
2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 with the bases loaded is swinging a line drive center field. Gomez coming down, makes the catch. Abreu tags. He's coming home. The throw goes to third base. Garcia's there, safe, sacrifice fly, RBI. 3-2 Sox. An aggressive base running move by Garcia, the runner at second. The throw almost got away from the third baseman.
That's a very aggressive move. You are correct. You cannot be thrown out there. And he's faster than Abreu, who came in to score. If he's thrown out and that runner has not crossed the plate yet, we got a problem.
Gillespie's still at first base.
Well, I think he did the right thing.
Well, now it falls to Flowers. Gomez also took 2 scissor steps, and that helped Garcia also. He didn't let the ball go right away, Darren.
No, I don't think he believed that Garcia was going to run. He thought he was bluffing. You always just throw the ball in. Get it out of your hands, and it's no longer your problem.
So run home for the Sox here in the 8th. They lead 3-2, and now Blazik will deal with Flowers at home plate. 2 for 3, a double, a run batted in, and a run scored for T. A run at third, very important. The pitch is swinging a ground ball to third. Herrera has it. The long throw across to first. He got him, and that's it. Sox get a run. A couple of walks, a hit, and they leave 2 on a sacrifice fly to the bottom of the 8th. The White Sox lead now for the first time, 3-2.
Chicago Sports Talk is what we do on the Spiegel and Golf Show, 9 a.m. to 1 on The Score.
Everybody's smiling, sunshine day. Everybody's laughing, sunshine day.
They can't all be sunshine days. But no matter what kind of day it is this summer, you can take anything you've recorded everywhere you go with Xfinity. Only Xfinity offers the cloud-based X1 DVR, so you can stream your recordings on your tablet or smartphone, or even download them to watch while you're offline. Plus, Xfinity On Demand has the most movies and TV shows on all your devices. It's the perfect way to make any day a little brighter. Seize the summer, only with Xfinity from Comcast.
It's a sunshine day.
Get started with the X1 Triple Play now for only $89 a month for a year. Or ask how you can upgrade to get X1 DVR service and $500 back. But hurry, this offer ends May 17th. So call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today. Restrictions apply.
T. Pick up Mr. and Mrs. T at Sam's Club today.
Defensive change for the White Sox at third base. Beckham replaces Gillespie there. Martin Maldonado will lead it off from Milwaukee here in their half of the eighth. The Sox will run across in the top half. It's the second time in the game the White Sox have led. They led 2-1 after 4.5, only to see Herrera hit a game-tying home run. It was that way until the top half of this eighth. Sacrifice line out off the bat of Ramirez with the bases loaded, got the go-ahead run in. So here's Martin Maldonado facing Sale. And Chris with the delivery. Blazes in there, strike one. The last man to reach, it was Herrera. That was an out ago to end the White Sox force on the Milwaukee Brewers as he got him on a pop-out. Sale has retired the last 9. This one inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The majority of those outs have been on strikeouts, with 5 of those of the 9 retired on strikes. Sale has 9 of those. He deals with Martin Maldonado, the catcher, and the 1-1. Check swing, he went. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Home plate umpire didn't even need to ask for help on that one. He agreed with you. Yeah. He was like, oh, Ed, you're right. I think that, they should have Wi-Fi to listen to the board.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. The 1-2, the Maldonado up. I don't mind him exploring up because he swung at the one before that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And you can tell yourself, I'm not going to swing at that, and you take it and you go, okay, now I'm ready to go, and you throw it up there again and he swings at it.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. After a guy takes one high.
A 2-2. That's a high strike, and he's out, and he's going to argue with the home plate umpire. Clint Fagan is Maldonado. That's the 10th strikeout for Chris Sale.
Take a look at the replay. I believe that pitch was perfect, and indeed it was. But he has obviously had problems with Chris Sale's 3rd strikeout of the game for Maldonado.
Here's Hector Gomez, the second baseman. 0 for 2, a strikeout involved there, and then a fly to left. Open stance, right-handed batter's box. 8th inning, 3-2 Sox. And the pitch to Hector, a swing and a fly ball to right field, down the line. Garcia to foul territory, stays in fair territory, makes the catch. 5 pitches, 2 outs for Sale. Check that, 6 pitches, 2 outs for Sale.
That situation where you got a young hitter like Gomez just not wanting to go deep in a count.
There's Gerardo Parra, who was in the outfield yesterday. Last night, I believe, in center field. I'm going to check that. He was in left. Gomez was in center. So here's Parra. This is lefty on lefty. This is some respect coming from Craig Counsell, the new manager for the Brewers. We're in the 8th inning, 2 down, 3-2 White Sox. And Parra, the lefty, stands in, and Sale deals to him. Breaking ball low for ball 1.
I think this is more along the lines of Chris Sale not seeing one left-hander tonight, and lefties hitting .538 against him this season.
The 1-0 to Parra. Check swing. Was it a foul tip? No, says the umpire. And Sale's asking him. And so is Flowers now. But the count's 2-0.
Parra, as a pinch hitter, is 4 for 8 this year.
That's it?
Yeah, and against lefties, he's hitting .364.
He should be starting. 2 balls, no strikes on the left-handed batting pinch batter. Sale from the wind deals the 2-0 to Parra. That's in there 2-1. Whatever he's doing, it's been working.
Well, yes, and the thing that Chris has been beat on by left-handers this year, his off-speed stuff.
2 balls, 1 strike, the 2-1, way outside low, 3-1. It does a walk here, get the White Sox bullpen going. With Robertson did not pitch yesterday.
I would say yes. He's thrown 105 pitches total now.
Let's see what 106 brings. The 3-1 to Parra, right down the middle, 3-2. If you're waiting for something, that was the pitch, isn't it?
That was a 3-1 changeup. I think in his mind he was looking for a fastball.
3 balls, 2 strikes. 8th inning, 2 down, 3-2 Sox. And the 3-2 to Parra, here it is. Breaking ball, didn't get the call. Sale wanted it, didn't get it. That's a walk with 2 outs. First walk issued by Chris Sale.
It's almost as if Parra knew for a fact he was not going to throw him a fastball. Didn't even think about offering. And it appeared to me, actually, after taking that, was looking at Chris Sale as if to say, yeah, man, I knew that was coming.
Here's Segura. Gene Segura, the shortstop, a triple the first time up. Last time up, a strikeout. In between those two outs, a fly to left. He's got one thing on his mind. He wants to hit the ball hard. Parra, the stationary lead right now away from first. And here's the pitch. Foul ball in the Brewers dugout, strike one. If he was cheating on the first pitch, he better get started a lot earlier than that. 0-1.
That foul ball.
That one right in the dugout, didn't it?
Yeah, ricocheted and got Ryan Braun standing there on his step in the backside.
1-1 the count on Gene Segura. Infield back. In fact, Beckham now guarding the line as Cabrera, the left fielder, plays towards left center. The 0-1. Swung and a missed 0-2. The way I'm looking at this, Darren, a ball that's hit down the line is going to be a double no matter what.
Yeah.
So Cabrera's saying, you know what, I'll give up that, but I'm going to close the gap in left center.
Well, he can give more because that was the hardest fastball of the night for Chris Sale at 96 miles an hour.
No balls, 2 strikes. Parra lead away from first, and the pickoff move over there by Sale is late, and he's back safely. Let's pause here 10 seconds for station identification on the score. And this is the White Sox Radio Network.
Mully here for the Mully and Hanley Show, mornings 5 to 9. This is where we talk White Sox baseball. 670 the score. WSCR and HD Chicago. WJMK HD2 Chicago.
The 2-strike pitch whiffed him, got him swinging. He's out. The bat goes flying. The helmet goes flying. Sale has another strikeout in this inning. He's got 11. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a runner left. To the 9th, Sox lead 3-2.
We're Chicago guys talking about Chicago's teams. It's Mully and
Terms, conditions, availability, and coverage selected.
Allstate, proud to be Chicago's own good hands.
Maximize your workout with a great tasting Rockin' Refuel protein milk beverage. It rocks 30 grams of quality protein to help build muscles. Available in the dairy case at Jewel Osco.
Chris Sale, what I believe finished in fine fashion, striking out Segura to end the bottom of the 8th inning, stranded 1. It is a 3-2 lead for the White Sox. We're in the top of the 9th inning and a pitching change for Milwaukee. Neil Kotz has come in. Neil has worked in 13 games, no wins, losses, or saves on the season. Has a 5.11 earned run average. 5.11 because he's worked 12 1/3, giving up 7 runs in 11 innings. 11 hits, that is, and 4 of them have left the building.
First man up, Micah Johnson to face Neil Kotz here in the 9th. Sox leading 3-2, and here's Neil with the delivery. Breaking ball down the middle, strike 1. How about the pitching by Chris Sale tonight with 11 strikeouts?
You know, he did what we expect him to do all the time. He stepped up, shut the door on an opponent, and gave the Sox a chance.
Here's the 0-1 to Micah. Foul back, 0-2 now.
You know, Chris Sale giving up 2 runs. Usually we'd be talking about, whoa, how'd they do that against Chris? And right now, we might have catcher's interference claim by Robin Ventura because Micah Johnson says, hey, I hit the catcher's glove right there.
Yeah. Can you review that?
Absolutely.
I'm not so sure.
I think you can, absolutely.
I'm not sure you can review that, but we're going to find out shortly.
You can ask, I mean, and that would be something that would be picked up by a side camera if you saw the catcher's mitt clipped by the bat. That's catcher's interference, and he gets the base.
I had a teammate at one time, Bob Molinaro, who could get those with the best of them.
Lay the bat back and swing late.
And it was actually amusing at times to see that. They're going to have a conference on this one. And
you can see
he hit him.
He hit the glove. Absolutely.
Yeah. He hit the glove. But Molly used to do that. And the catcher's mitt would fly off. Yep, they're giving him awarding him first base on catcher's interference. Counsel's going to come out.
Yes. You know, he doesn't have to because home plate umpire Clint Fagan's going to go over and meet him halfway and explain, hey, look, we got together. They saw the catcher's glove move. He gets the base.
I had one where Greg Pryor was playing shortstop in Anaheim. I pitched 3 days in a row, and I had the bases loaded. And I said a prayer behind the mound, if you will, and I said, I'll take an unusual play. Just let me get through this. And Pryor, on a ball that left-handed batter hit to the shortstop, the run was going to score. And he timed it where the second base runner ran into him on purpose. He timed it.
Yes.
The runner had to go back to third, and there was an out called. Yeah.
Well, there have been many guys that have tried those little trick things going on. And if the umpire doesn't catch it and he just sees there's contact, then he says, wait a minute, that's the runner not giving him a chance to field the ball.
That did hit his glove. The bat hit the glove, yeah.
You don't see the catcher complaining.
Here's Bonifacio batting in the spot for Sale. It looks like he's got a halo on top of his batting helmet. That is a combination of pine tar and rosin for Emilio. His job, get him to second base. If he has to bunt, so be it. And he's showing bunt. Bunts it down the first baseline. That's a beauty. Kotz has it. Can't pick it up. Throws it anyway and threw it away. On his way to third, Micah Johnson, a throw that's going to be close. He is safe at third base. And Herrera's arguing. And he's telling him, the third base umpire is telling him he tagged him, but his hand was on the bag. That one's going to be reviewed.
Well, Neil Kotz unable to help himself. Now looks like he has a little bit of a limp as he went down to try and field that ball. He didn't get a grip on it.
That's an error on the pitcher.
Oh, absolutely.
Sacrificing an error.
Absolutely, as Micah Johnson did have his hand on the base, it looked like, when that tag was applied a little bit after the fact.
I'm starting to like the reviews, even if they don't go our way, because the people are right out there. I thought he was out, to tell you the truth.
Well, looking at it from a different angle, yes.
Was he out?
Yeah, I agree with you. Seeing it a few different angles now. Looks like he is definitely out. And you can see where the third base umpire, Brian O'Nora, might have been blocked out a little bit by the third baseman. I don't know. It's a high-speed play, that's for sure.
Yeah. And they've got slow-motion cameras in New York.
Yes.
So I think the way I saw it from here, I thought he tagged him on the leg, but I'm going to look at this replay a couple times. Oh, he tagged him.
Yes.
He tagged him on the buttocks.
Yes.
Yeah, all they have to do is look at it on the jumbo screen. That's going to be a sacrifice.
Yes.
And no error. I don't think there'll be an error on that. Although, yeah, there should be. But it's a sacrifice and an error on the pitcher. And they're calling him out at third base.
Micah Johnson had a real late read on that ball getting
I'm thinking
past.
That's 4-5 at third base. Yeah, that's just a thought. I don't know the official scoring on that.
It's a late read by Johnson trying to get into third, and it looked okay when he was called safe, but now that he's called out, he should have never taken off because the first baseman or whomever it was that picked that ball up had the ball long before Micah was even thinking about it. It might have been the second baseman, 4-5.
That's what I've got.
On that after the error.
Yeah, it was 4-5 on the out at third. So the interference base hits out of the mix. There's a throw over to first and back safely with no problem. Bonifacio had one step late away from the bag. If you get caught off there, please don't even go to the dugout.
Well,
3-2 Sox lead here in the ninth.
He might be trying to run.
Eden waits. Kotz with the long look at first deals, and he had Bonifacio going back to first with a little slide step. 1 ball, no strikes. The priority always is on the batter. If you're influenced by the runner at first, your attention is divided. For the pitcher, that's not usually a good thing.
Well, Adam Eaton only needs to think about one thing. That's getting himself a hit.
One ball, no strikes on Eaton. And he's right, is Darren. He is 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, is Adam. Salvage something here with an extra base hit. Kotz with a throw over there that's almost like a windup. Back safely is Bonifacio. Right back here tomorrow for the finale of this part of the road trip. Jimmy Nelson will pitch for Milwaukee. Quintana for the Sox. There's a bunt attempt, and that's 2-0 now on Adam Eaton. Pre-game show tomorrow with Chris Ranji, 6:35. Take over the broadcast. Have the lineups for you around 7:03. First pitch 7:10 from right here at Miller Park in Milwaukee. And then it's off to Oakland. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday games there. And then returning home, I believe we start a 4-game series with the Indians on Monday at U.S. Cellular. Make your ticket plans to be with us, 312-674-1000. Here's a single to left field off the bat of Adam Eaton. As you were saying?
That's how you do it.
That's a salvage of a night right there with a single in the ninth inning to left. That also moves the base runner Bonifacio to second.
It kind of eliminates that caught at third base when you have a left-hander that's having a bad night and Eaton not a hit, couple of strikeouts, and then against a left-hander he gets a cutter high to Neil Kotz, and Eaton with a great approach just lines it in front of the left fielder.
There's Melky Cabrera in the series. He is 0 for 8, 0 for 4 tonight. And from the right-handed batter's box, he is 3 out of 33 where he faces Neil Kotz.
He's got to get it going.
Yeah. 2 on, 1 out. Ninth inning, Sox leading by a run. The pitch popped him up. Right up the elevator shaft. Maldonado into moving towards home plate. He gets out of the way of Herrera. Started to move towards the field of play. Was under it. Then Herrera said, "Get out of here, you knucklehead."
Melky didn't run at all on that.
He's got to run.
No, it's an infield fly if it's a fair ball.
That's true. They did not put that up.
So he started to run when he said, "This could be fair."
Counsell, the manager, coming out is headed for Neil Kotz. I think that will be it. And he's making a pitching change. The break's a minute 5. We'll tell you a pitch when we come back after this on The Score. And this is the Sox Radio Network.
3 hits, 1 earned run. So Kinsler, a little more background on him. He just made his season debut last Friday. Allowed a solo home run to Starlin Castro. And down at AAA Colorado Springs, he worked in 7 games, 0-1 with a .635 earned run average. So he pitched for the Brewers last season and was 3-3 with a .324 earned run average in 64 appearances. I'm going with he's coming back from an injury.
Attended Pasadena City College there in Pasadena, California.
A beautiful location.
30 years of age, makes his home in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's Brandon Kinsler, Kintzler. I'm checking on his hobbies. Enjoys golf, basketball, and poker.
How much big league time? 3 years plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
5'10", 191 pounds, and in a squat position behind the mound between second base. Now he will grab the pitching rosin bag, that is, and tow the rubber to try and get Abreu out with runners at first and second here in the ninth. Ducks on the pond, and important runs for both teams. 3-2 Sox lead.
Yeah, nice little cushion right here is needed just to give Robertson a little room coming in.
A look at second. And here's the pitch to Jose Abreu. In there for strike 1. Sale goes 8 innings, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits to the Brewers. A run on the first. He walked 1 while striking out 11. Did not hit a batter. Gave up a home run and did not throw a wild pitch. On 1 the count on Abreu. Runners at first and second. Ninth inning. 3-2 Sox. I mentioned the final line for Chris Sale. That's brought to you by Miller Lite. Enjoy Miller Time Responsibility. Always designate a driver. The walk that Sale issued was with 2 outs in the 8th. The strikeouts, number 10 was Maldonado. Number 11 with Segura. 0-1 on Jose Abreu. And the 0-1 pitch. A swing and a ground ball right side. Through for a hit. Around third. Coming home. No play at home as Bonifacio Eaton to second, or Eaton to third, and Abreu muscled that ball through the infield. 4-2 Sox. That was a muscle shot.
He's got big muscles.
Yes, he does.
And he knew how to use it there as a wide open right side. He just fought it off the other way. And with the speed on the base paths and 2 outs, forget about it. RBI number 20 on the year for Abreu.
Time to pick up another run. If we had it, that would be the Safeco Insurance run. This would be another one. We're going to get the out-of-town scoreboard hopefully in this 9th inning. Brought to you by General RV, the nation's largest family-owned RV dealer. They're in Huntley, which isn't too far from right here in Milwaukee. St. Louis 8, Cleveland 3. Toronto 10, the Baltimore Orioles 2. Minnesota lost to the Tigers 2-1 at Comerica. That one swung and a miss, strike 1. On Avi Garcia. Garcia's evening. A strikeout, an infield single. A fly to left, and then a single to left field, and moved up on a wild pitch to third. We're in the ninth, 4-2 White Sox. 9 hits for the Sox, only 3 for the Brewers. Brewers have committed 2 errors. This one, a swing and a bouncing ball to third. Herrera has it, a skip and a throw to first, and they get Garcia, and that's it. A run across for the Sox. Here in the ninth, as they extend the lead, they now lead 4-2. It's hold 'em and head back to the hotel. 4-2 White Sox.
This is John Danks. The White Sox play here on 670 The Score and the White Sox Radio Network.
General RV, the nation.
Share the tradition. Hills Brothers Coffee.
You know what that music means. It's closer time. David Robertson is in the game. So Chris Sale is out of there. And this pitching change is sponsored by the United Association of Union Plumbers, Fitters, Welders, and Service Technicians. Build with safety, on time, and on budget. Build the UA way. David Robertson's numbers on the season. He is 3-0. He did give up a run last time out. 2 of them. 1 of them earned. He has a .69 earned run average. 5 saves. Looks for number 6 right here. 13 innings, 9 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 23 strikeouts.
He will face Chris Davis, lead it off, then Braun and Gomez. If you're going to get one, you might as well go through what is part of the heart of the order. (3-0) with 6 saves. Is that what he's got? 5 saves? This will be his 6th?
Yes.
4-2 Sox here on the ninth. Most important guy at home plate, Davis. Took that one low for ball 1. Robertson's complimented pitches, so he's got 4 of them. But really, if you take where he throws them, probably more like 7 or 8.
Well, he could just throw 2 of them, and that's going to be enough, to be honest, with what he has. As nasty as the cutter is and his curveball.
1 ball, no strikes on Davis. The 1-0. Swung and a miss. He tried to hit that to Lake Michigan. 1-1.
I just think Robertson's got one of the better follow-throughs on his pitches, man. He reaches out and finishes every pitch off.
1 ball, 1 strike. 9th inning, 4-2 Sox. They've tripled the Brewers in hits at 9-3. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davis, the right-hand batter, waits. The 1-1. That's a strike. 1-2. Another note: the White Sox have left 9 base runners, Darren, while the Brewers have stranded but 2.
But with that being said, doesn't matter. Chris Sale stepped up. They didn't have to do more. We need Robertson to finish things off for Chris.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 to Davis, fouled off the catcher. That rolls to the backstop, but the count holds at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tomorrow, Nelson will pitch. That's Jimmy Nelson will pitch for the Brewers. Jose Quintana for the Sox. Pre-game show with Chris Raji, 6:35 Central Time. We'll take over the broadcast 7:03. First pitch at 7:10. Then an off day Thursday. We'll have the 3 games for you from Oakland's Coliseums beginning on Friday night. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2. Swung and a miss. Strike 3. Bottom fell out of that one. Davis out on strikes. That's 12 Brewers struck out. 11 by Sale. 1 out for Ryan Braun. Status quo is what you're looking for. Keep it where it is. Keep the tying run from going to home plate. That's it. Well, here's Braun. RBI ground out in the first. The comebacker to the pitcher. Well, it wasn't really back to Sale. It was around his body, and he swiped it from behind his back to throw him out. And then a strikeout. He is 0 for 3 with that run batted in. Robertson, Tuscaloosa, Alabama is where he was born. And his pitch to Braun, foul back, strike 1. Went to the inside corner with that one, 0-1.
That's a great pitch, because to the right-handed batter, Ed, that looks like a slider rotation.
Yes.
You start to swing at it, and it doesn't break over the plate. It just stays right on the handle of your bat.
4-2 Sox here in the ninth. Robertson from the set with the bases clear at the 0-1 pitch. A swing and a miss, 0-2. What was that one? Was that the hook?
Oh, that was the hook.
Braun, open stance. Now closer stance, bringing the left foot back towards the right, that right-handed batter's box. A ball's 2 strikes. Robertson deals the 0-2. Swinging a bouncing ball foul. Was that a cutter?
That was a curveball.
Pulled that one on the down and in to the left side for a strike, and the count remains 0-2.
Last time out, as Robertson did give up a couple of runs again, one of them earned. He had a flatter cutter that day. Didn't have the depth that we're used to seeing. So far in this game, it's back.
One out, bases clear, 4-2 Sox, ninth inning. And Braun waiting for yet another 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Struck him out swinging. They're down to their last out. Sox pitching tonight has the 13 strikeouts, the majority done by Sale with 11. Robertson trying to make it a 1-2-3-9, and he will deal with Carlos Gomez, the center fielder. And Gomez looking at Beckham as he takes a warm-up swing. Is he taking a strike?
I believe he should be taking a strike. Whether he is or not, probably a flip of a coin.
Yeah, I think that would be the best case scenario. Don't know what he's going to do. And the pitch, high, ball one. We don't know.
I do know. He was loaded and ready to go. He had a little check of his swing, so generally that's telling you he was ready to hit.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 down, ninth inning, 4-2 White Sox. Robertson trying to make it a 1-2-3-9. And the 1-0 to Gomez, fouled back and out of play. He was in go pattern, wasn't he?
That's
1
it.
ball, 1 strike.
On deck, Adam Lind.
The game is at home plate with Carlos Gomez. Beckham a step towards the line at third as Ramirez, the shortstop, straight up. There's a swing and a miss. They're down to the last strike. That was 91 miles an hour. Looked faster than that, didn't it?
It did, especially by the reaction of the hitter being a little late on it.
Sox fans on their feet here at Miller Park, and there's a lot of them. I mean, a lot of them.
Yes, indeed.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Gomez open stance up on the left foot, and the 0-2 pitch high fly to center. Eaton going back onto the track with room at the fence. Sox win. Sox win. They win 4-2. The win to Sale is now 3-1, and the save number 6 for David Robertson.
Well, let me just tell you this. Robertson, he was a little surprised that Gomez caught up to that one. Didn't matter. Deepest part of the park. Gets the out and the save. And Chris Sale, what a performance stepping up tonight. Looked like his old self. Not only pitching, but being dominant out there.
Well, let's talk about Sale just a bit. Gave up a run in the first, a triple, and then a ground out. They added a run on a home run by Herrera in the 5th, and that was it.
Well, Chris Sale, to me, I don't really think you have to question that he's one of the most dominant pitchers in the game, and he proved that again tonight, but we've got to get him back to being consistent. He's had some tough outings where he's gone out there, and I think he's just used his off-speed stuff more than he needs to. His fastball has so much movement. He usually locates it so well that you don't have to float too many off-speed pitches up there for hitters to catch up to. Tonight he kind of proved that to be true.
The White Sox didn't waste opportunities, say, as we have in the past. They didn't squander many, but they added runs late there, and with a single run in the 8th and added a run in the 9th to win 4-2.
Yeah, you know, adding runs late is something they have been doing this year. As a matter of fact, it's usually the only way they've given themselves a chance to win. But this is a good performance all around because the defense, yeah, they had one miscue on a bouncer to third base that Gillespie just had out of his glove, simple as that. But everything else was pretty good. So you want to judge the whole performance. It starts with Chris Sale. It starts with timely hitting. We had a sacrifice fly, so the situational hitting was good. Lots of positives in this one.
When you look at how the team has played here, yesterday came back from a 7-2 deficit to tie it at 7, and then losing with 3 runs across after they scored a pair to tie it in the 8th, and then tonight down 1-0 to the 5th. Doubles certainly were there, and an RBI single by Johnson, and see Herrera at a home run. Only to see the Sox win. This is a ball club that hasn't hit his strides, let's say, hitting, but they're playing a lot better. They win for the third time on the road against 12 losses also.
Look, we know this for a fact. You can't make up for what already has taken place. They played terrible on the road. But this is a good sign. A team that's only now won 3 games this late into the season on the road, you got to build from somewhere. Why not build from this and start thinking positively? Because overall, the White Sox have played better at home last homestand. They played better. Tonight, they played better, and that's what we got to focus on.
The totals tonight, 4 runs, 9 hits for the White Sox. From there, they stranded 9. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Brewers with 2 errors. They left 2. Sale the winner at 3-1. Blazik in relief, the loser, now 3-1. Robertson would save number 6. The game was played 2 hours and 45 minutes before 26,945 tickets sold. The majority, I thought, was White Sox fans up here today, and certainly rooting in the 9th inning for the team to get the win. I want to thank our engineer, Ryan Elliott, here at Miller Park. He'll be alongside tomorrow night also. Herb Lawrence and Joe Ostrowski in the Score Studios in downtown Chicago. Our pre- and post-game host, also Chris Frangi. Next broadcast tomorrow night from right here at Miller Park. Jimmy Nelson will pitch for the Brewers. Jose Quintana for the Sox. We come on the air with Chris Frangi's pregame show beginning at 6:35. Lineup's about 3 minutes past the hour of 7. The first pitch at 7:10. Anything to add as we say goodnight after a victory for the 3rd time on the road by the Sox?
I like the direction things are going in the last week for the White Sox. Just got to keep on improving like we seem to be, and don't stop now.
Couldn't have said it any better. For Darren Jackson and Farmer saying good night from Miller Park. The final, the White Sox beat the Brewers 4-2. Chris Frangi will take you home. He's got this post-game show on the Score on the Sox Radio Network. Good night from Miller Park. We'll see you tomorrow night. So long from Wisconsin. 4-2 Sox. Good night, everybody.
White Sox baseball on WSCR 670 The Score and your White Sox Radio Network has been presented to you in part